welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 89, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm of course host VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the ByuN chat and the Bye plushies as well. Welcome one and all to our weekly online tournament, and oh boy, what a tournament it is as well. I'm looking forward to it. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We do have some time here to go over the bracket itself. Let us switch our scenes over and catch on up. Here we go. We have a stacked bracket as always here for our Sparkling Tuna Cup. Again, for those that are curious, this is open to all players, open to all shapes, open to all sizes, and of course this is a tournament that is funded and brought together by the community for the community as well. So thank you so much to all the patrons that we do have on the channel. Thank you so much, as we're able to host this event on a regular weekly basis, and also with boosted prize pools as well. Because of the tiers that we have reached, we will be paying out top 4 instead of typically top 2. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Of course, you can also support us via Patreon if you wish to help boost the prize pool even further for this tournament. Otherwise, let's catch up from the top. Actually, we have the number 1 seed, ByuN. We have ByuN here on top of the bracket. ByuN, he is the number 1 seed, waiting for his opponents, waiting for the winner of Dwarf and SW Pro. We have Sebestes and Rebellion looking to face off in the lower round, looking to face off against the winner of ByuN, Dwarf, and SW Pro. We have Gerald, we have Ateshi, we have Roman de Mold, we have Shameless, Mini Zerg, Hatsu as well, Cristiano, Stack, Dave Lotos, we have Lunacy, Prome, Matrix, Strange, Hacker is top, Walk, Nicoract, Gunner, and Ragnar. Hi. We have a plethora of players available here tonight. Do you see what I see? I see, as typically when it comes to our tournaments, we see a wall of Protoss. We typically try to avoid that as best we can, covering some Terran and some Zerg matchups while we can, and we have one such matchup ready for you. Let's go. Up first, we have a Terran versus Random. We have Walk versus Hacker is top. Let's go. Let us go. We are jumping into game number 1. Vetoes are done, and game 1 is going to be on Last Fantasy. Oh boy, the random does not end here. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Last Fantasy, we have the Ukrainian random player landing and rolling on Terran for her Kager T team. It is Hacker is top. The HTT logo, it gets every time. I'm shaking my head. These goddamn weeps. And spawning in the top side of Last Fantasy, we have our Australian Terran player, the Orange Terran. It is Walk. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, this is a prediction for the entire series, not just for the singular game. Likewise, this is going to be a best of 3, of course, for best of 3. And welcome to Last Fantasy, a 3-player spawn map. So you can spawn in top side, bottom left, and bottom right as well. 3 possible spawn locations. We do have speed zones in the center to help deal with and help allow players to scout that much faster. So speed zones are plenty right next to the Tuna. Tuna's beautiful, might be beautiful. And likewise, we do have a player that Walk is not aware of. Again, Walk doesn't know if he's up against Terran, Protoss, or Zerg. Walk is in the dark. Hacker is top, going double gas opener here to a faster factory. Now, if you're not familiar with Hacker is top, he is a very cheesy player, very cheesy, very aggressive. He does nothing but all in. He does purely all ins, and I don't know if Walk knows this. Like, Hacker is top is a very notorious player. Like, everyone knows Hacker is top. Everyone's watched him, everyone's seen him. We cast him plenty of times on the channel. I don't know if Walk is too familiar with his opponent, so we'll see how he plays. We'll see how he does open up. We do see the SV scout on the bottom right, on the right hand side. Walk, he confirms that his opponent is not on the right hand side of the map, but for now is unfamiliar with his opponent's location and unfamiliar with his opponent's race as well. Oh boy. Meanwhile, I fully expect a 1-base all-in. I fully expect a 1-base all-in out of Hacker's top for now, going for his racks into his own factory, into a, I would imagine, a starboard follow-up. He may pull the boys with this as well, going for a tank-based all-in. For now, we have the reactor on the way, and for now, Walk is still searching for his opponent. Here we go. As he does dip in. Likewise, SCV does dip in towards the main. Comes in with the SCV scout. He does confirm the raise, does confirm the 111. Good scout here by Walk. Good scout here. So Walk, he confirms there's no expansion. Seeing the starport already in production here is a massive tell. He can just compare it with his own build. He can compare it with his own build. He should be able to recognize, hold up, if you have a starport, that means you should not have a CC. So he should be able to piece it all together here that this should be a very committed build on one base, borderline one base all in. Did he see the tech lab on the factory? He did. He saw the tech lab. He saw everything. He saw tech lab on the factory. He saw the starport on the way as well. He has seen everything he needs to determine that it is going to be a one base all in. Behind this, tank production has begun. The SCV, I mean, he now further confirms. I mean, if he didn't know before, he should 100% know now. Despite that, still going for the CC on the low ground. We need at least bunkers. We need a defensive setup back at home. Otherwise, things are going to go south real fast and real quick. Bunker on the low ground is going to be a bold choice here. Again, bearing in mind that he doesn't have to protect the natural. He has to survive the all-in, essentially. So protecting the natural base is going to be a bold move here. We'll see if he can try to catch the army ahead of time. Speaking of, he does run into the main force. Does run into it. Walkie does pull away. So far, losing one Reaper already. Nice shuffling here of units from Hacker's top. Does pull some Marines away. Does pull them back. Does commit. Vikings moving in. Walk back at home, going for his own Cyclone production. But again, this is going to be a tough hold here for the Orange Terran. It's going to be a tough hold. Again, this bunker, I think it's too ambitious to really hold on to. Tank is within range, and the bunker should be going down. Right now, it's going to be buying time here for extra reinforcements. We have Vikings on the way, Marines on the way. Cyclone comes in with a lock-on. Does get a lock-on on the Viking. Not bad. Get some extra shots off. Does get a couple shots. Second tank is being rallied across the map. And the one base all in, it does continue. As he's shelling away. Shelling away. Yes, the bunker is going to go down. Likewise, Walkie should be happy to just lift up the CC. Again, he doesn't have to protect that natural base. He can't give up on it. Just has to pull back to the main. Pulling back to the main base. Hacker's top is still pushing forward, gaining more ground. Now within range of the wall, within range of the production. At least he should be moving within range, as the tanks are a little bit far back. Oof. Catching out a Marine, catching out a Viking. Oh, barely not. Yeah, big overextension. They trade 1 for 1. 1 for 1 on the Vikings. We have 2 more Vikings on the way. Tanks are pushing forward. We have more Vikings in production. They're moving out. As Hacker's top, he should maintain a Viking lead. And yeah, now he's within range of the production. There we go. Third Viking has arrived. And without that Cyclone support, he does need it. Yeah, Cyclone a little bit too far back. Once again, trades 1 for 1. And Walk, he will lose control of the air. He will lose control of the main, the ramp. He's supply blocked. And everything's going south. Everything is going south from here on forward. It looks like the main base is going to be compromised. He has to evacuate the main. He's within range. Oh my god. Is within range. The boys are being pulled. And that desperation move here from Walk. He does try to push down the ramp. Takes down one of the tanks. Vikings that land behind this. Takes down a second tank as well. Oof. And yeah, he's not going to leave this up. It's not going to happen here. He's down to one final tank. Has to pull back. That's 14 SCV kills. Goes to the mass repair. Vikings landing in. And Walkie has been broken. GG gets called, and Hacker is tough. We'll take game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played, Hackers. Top people will take a lead in the series. Again, one base all-in is expected from our random player. Meanwhile, from the side of Walk, it'd take a while to realize what was going on. Likewise, don't know how experienced Walk is when it comes to defending against one base all-ins. Again, going for that low ground defense was very ambitious. Also, unfortunately, a lot of the production was all choked up at the ramp, not a little bit further back. So once the ramp was compromised, everything was compromised. The supply blocks, the production, everything was all under fire at that ramp. It was such a crucial location there, such a valuable location, and of course Hacker's Top did take it over. With that, we're now getting into game number 2. Let's go. We're jumping into game 2 here, and we'll see if Walk can recover. We'll see if Hacker's Top will overwhelm, as we are hoping for that back and forth. We're hoping for that back and forth. We're hoping for the ace match here. We'll see. We shall see, as we are setting up. Game 2 is going to be on Frostline. Game 3 is going to be on Whispers of Gold. Beautiful. Oh, also, as we catch up with the chat, a big shout out to Einstein in the chat as well. Esther Einstein, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 28 months of subscribing to the channel. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the comment as well. Did you know the Chinese wall and the server that... Thank you for that, thank you. I appreciate it. Aye, aye, aye. It's awesome, but we do appreciate it, as we are setting up for that second game. I think Hacker told Wookie, see, oh, if I missed it, my apologies, if I missed it. But he usually does say his race, so I do apologize if I missed that chat comment. My bad, my bad. But here we go, we're jumping into game number 2. Is that okay? I feel like Lloyd's voice is a bit different. Oh no, oh no. I'm a little bit congested. It should be okay. Should be okay, papi. It's also, of course, the second broadcast of the day, but should be good. Oh yeah, there we go. My apologies. It does say his race ahead of time, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Ukrainian random player landing this time on Zerg, leading the series 1-0, and also, of course, letting his opponent know his race. It is Hacker is top for Hokkaido T team. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Australian Terran player, the Orange Terran. It is Wok. All the emos. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. As we are settling in. Ah, no, the Zoomers are speaking to each other. Oh, no. The emoting. The conversing. Not like this. Now, when it comes to Hacker's Top, again, as I mentioned before, we do expect all-ins. We did see a one-base all-in previously in the TBT. We also expect either a Bane Burst, a Roach Rush, more likely, out of Hacker's Top as well. For now, Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener out of our Zerg player here. But again, we do expect aggression. He very rarely, if ever, plays out a longer macro game. Also, I did notice Dash in the chat. Yo, I see Dash in the chat. I don't see Dash on the bracket. Where is my Dash back? Where is my Dash? SMH, SMH. Oh no, I missed. I was otherwise distracted. For now though, we are moving out. I think he did something. Oh no. Oh, that was a cancel. Okay. Something went on. For now though, we are going to be settling in. We're going to be calming things down. So I was tabbed out looking at the bracket, looking for Dash. Meanwhile, we just see our Terran player going for a Rax Expand, a single gas opener, so economic start, I mean standard opener, I should say, from the side of our Terran, from the side of Wok. Does open up with the CC on the low ground. And Wok, he will confirm that, of course, is a Zerg opponent. I'm sure he saw the Overlords earlier as well. Likewise, dips into the main. And we'll confirm the hatch timing. Link speed is on the way. More importantly, staying in gas. This is the most important thing here. We're staying in gas. We did mention earlier that Hacker's Top is known for all-ins, known for aggression. With this early gas income, we can go for a Bailey Nest earlier on. We can go for a Roach Warren. We can try to go for a faster lair timing and go for like a Ling Queen Nidus all-in. But noticing this gas here, I mean, I'm sure and I hope that Wok did notice the gas income, that it was continuing. That is a big sign that something wrong is happening, some shenanigans are afoot. As he does reconfirm, does rescout, is aware. Third base is being taken for now. We just see it droning here from our Zerg player. Likewise, we have our initial 1-1 opener here into, I'm hoping Starport before CC for a little bit of a safer play. Yep, there it is, 1-1-1 out of Wok. So a very safe play out of our Terran player. With this, we can go into earlier Banshee production, and we should be safe against something like early game Roaches and early Roach aggression, but we do see it is going to be a fast lair out of Hacker's Top. Okay, now we see what the gas was for. Now with this fast layer, we're taking another gas geyser. If we go up to 3 and 4 gases, this could be the beginning of 2-base Muta. This could otherwise be something like Nidus play as well. Second gas geyser can facilitate for a Nidus Worm to go for a Link Queen Nidus all in across the map. Likewise, this can lead into Drop Lord play or maybe something different. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on Hacker's Top. He's taking more gases. Yeah, he's taking all the gases here. This does feel like Mew to play. I mean, technically, this could be like a weird Miyamika build where you rush into Hydras, but I'm expecting Spire play out of Hacker's Top. Hellions, they poke in. They will threaten the bases. Lings, they do move in. They do respond. Queen count is very low. Only 2 queen. Jesus. I mean, the Hellions, they get a full scout. They do confirm the timing of the lair. He does see the gases at the main and in the natural, so he should be aware that something is wrong. Should be aware that most likely there should be a Spire here as the drone. Oh my god. Miyamika. Okay. So I'm glad that I brought it up earlier, but it is not 2 base meter. It is going to be a rush into Hydras instead. Now, Miyamika did have a build where he, in this matchup, by the way, where he would rush into early Hydra tech. I believe he would often rush into earlier upgrades as well, into mass Hydra, into a Hydra base all-in on 3 bases. We'll see how Hacker's Top brings this all together. He's let him cook, man. Let him cook. He's rushing into, he's crazy. He's rushing into Lunkers, Pappy. Oh my god. He's an animal. Meanwhile, Hellions are hit him. Oh no, 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 no. Drones are going to be going down. They do pull into the Hellions. Oh my god. And they're going to get roasted here. 7. Drones going to be going down. Did I say 7? Getting up to 8, up to 9 workers. Ay, ay, ay. That should not have happened. Again, this was a standard amount of Hellions. And again, Hacker's Top, he did cut Queen production. He cut Link production. He gets punished. He pulls into the Hellions. And that is a brutal amount of damage here. The mineral line gets roasted. Is that enough though? I mean, for now, Woki does have a greater economy, and all he has to do is just calm things down. He's going for a 3rd TC, shaking his vision. He did see the gases. He did not see what was happening, and Wok, I don't blame him. He's reading this as Mew to play. We have turrets in the natural, turrets in the main. So it makes sense, right? Like, based on what he's seen, gases and a lair, a standard, what would make sense here is Mew to play, right? Is going to be Spire Tech. Unfortunately, it's anything but. As the Lurker Den is done, and the Lunkers, they're coming. Oh god. This is crazy. This is off of under 2 base saturation, by the way, because of the Hellion damage done earlier. That we're undersaturated the natural, like not even 2 base saturation. This is crazy. This is insane. Let's go. It's gonna be 3 Lunkers. I believe we should be able to like afford 5 if there wasn't that early game damage. We're pushing into 2 tanks. These tanks, I don't know if you can break them. And here we go. He's rushing in. Lurkers to do burrow. The 1st tank is within range. The 1st tank should go down. What about the 2nd tank though? Yeah, we'll go on top of it as well. The tank. Can he get it? Can he get the tank? One more volley. He will. Tank goes down. Boys are being pulled into Lunkers. 20 SCVs go down. Oh god, no. The SCV kills. It's crazy. 26 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. And with that walk, he's barely holding on. He does have triple CC. He does have triple mules. And Woki should not have that Lurker to morph in. There we go. It's going to be denied. But the damage that Hackers took earlier here, I mean, and now it's been received here from Wok as well. He has reciprocated. More Lunkers on the way. And now there are 2 less tanks. Now, when it comes to the next push, there should be 1 tank. There should be 1 tank here available. Actually, he's moving in with 2 Lurkers. Oh no! Woki doesn't see the Lunkers. They're coming in. He's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, once again, Hacker's Top, he's overextending. He's overextending. He will lose 1 of his Lurkers. Very prematurely. Now morphing in a 2nd Lurker. He's moving in with 1. He's moving in. The tank will siege. Yeah, tank does siege up. Ooh, is there a scan? Uh-oh. No scan. No scan available. Ooh, despite that. Looks like was barely within range of the turret. But scans are limited. Deepers go down. Woki supply blocked. Oh, now's not the time. Now's not the time for a supply block here. As Lunkers, they're barely boring within range. Another one getting in as well. Lings, they going for the dive. 2nd tank is on siege. Gets 1 of the tanks. He does get 1. Does get 1. Now going for the other. 1, 2 Lurkers go down. There's 1 Lurker left. Oh my god, does drag within range, so he takes down the final Lurker. Woki's holding. Woki does hold. Honestly, if Hacker's Top wanted to, he could drone. He could just drone from here, but no, he's still rushing it. Oh no, he breaks through! The tank is exposed, and the final tank is barely gonna go down. Lings, they do break the natural base, just barely. They're gonna surround. Marines are going down. No combat shields. And Hacker's top, he's done it. He's done it. He has broken the natural. Just barely. He's crazy. with a hip, with like, he never had like more than 3 lunkers, by the way. It was always pushing him with like 2, 3 at the most towards the end. Like, this is a very, it feels like a very delicate build, to be honest. I know he's very much so aping 100%, but it does feel like a very delicate build rushing into this lurker all in. Into this timing, and it barely worked, barely. Like, it was straight up on the knife's edge there. Oh my god, that was insane. I mean, look, he's alive on 1 base. He's heavily oversaturated. Again, behind this, if Hacker still wanted to, he could just drone. He could just drone and just gain a lead. He doesn't have to keep going. He will. He doesn't have to. As now he's being forced back, we have Hydra speed on the way. Well, he survives. He holds. He'll resaturate the low ground, and Hacker's top, he is droning. He's droning up. Now, I do like Wok being active. I do think he needs to be active here. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to do something across the map. He cannot be passive, otherwise he will allow Hacker's top to overwhelm. Because he does have the better economy. He's on 3 bases. He's droning up. He's now getting his upgrades up and running for his Hydras. Like, look, he needs to hunt overlords, threaten bases. We need to send it back. We need to be active. It is risky just because he has nothing at home. Like, the problem here is that if Wok moves out, and if we even get like a 10-ling run by, these tanks will die. Like, these tanks will fall. Like, that's the scary thing. Same with this 3rd base. Like, Wok he's naked back at home. There's nothing here. The pants are fully down. The pants do not exist. But Hacker's top, he doesn't know. He doesn't know it back. There were never pants here. There were never pants. Ah. So far, he's keeping up with the drop play. Lurker count is building up, which is concerning. Gas is not being taken. Baliness on the way, just now finishing up. 4th base likewise on the way as well. Again, there's still a lot of pressure here on Wok. A lot of pressure. Oof. Oh no, does he not have scans? I'm sure he's been muling quite hard. Okay, he does have a scan. Does have a scan available. Well, being forced back. From here, Hacker's top can dive on those Metamax. Can, and he will. He gets 1. 1 Metamax goes down. Lunkers are waddling in. Just the 1 though. Just the 1 Lunker. Gets a Metavac. It's a Metavac. Lurker goes down. These are expensive losses here for Hacker's top. I swear he had more. Yeah, he left them at home. Bring in the Lunkers, Bob. You got 4 of them. Ooh, as another Metavac barely gets away. The Lurker's now morphing in. I'll be honest, I think he forgot. I think he forgot about these Lurkers. Like, if he had them, he could break this position 100%. Oh, there we go. Does unbar. He's moving in. Going for a run by towards the natural instead. This is still very tense, very close. Wolf moving out. We'll catch a couple of these Lurkers. I say a couple, we do get it coming for the surround. Yeah, better concave here for Hacker. So massive shots going up on the fire. Tank is barely going to go down. Liberation, though. The freedom is too much. Takes down all the Hydras. Lurkers to survive. Very messy engage. At the same time, Lurkers, they do waddle by. Into the mineral line. There's a scan. Again, these are expensive losses for Hacker's top. Behind this, he's on 4 bases. He's on 70 workers. He does have a Baleen Nest. Oof. As well, he is out of scans. Yeah, no scans. Not yet. Needs a little bit more time. These are the same 4 lurkers from earlier. Imagine if they were part of the fight. Ay. These 4 lunkers back. I mean, shout out to Hacker's top because clearly he's not F2ing. Otherwise, he would unbar everything. Going for another base. Likewise, ooh, running into the main army. Lurkers coming into play. The whole position. Oh no! The whole position. Oh my god. Their shots go up, massive connections, and the ByuN army crumbles. The whole position. Lurkers, papi. The payoff. That was crazy. He forgot, I forgot. Everyone did forget, but the whole position lurkers, they pop off. Likewise, tanks are exposed. GG gets called. There is nothing left to defend, and Hacker is top. He will pop off. He will take the series 2-0 in style. GG. Oh my god. The whole position lurker spot. He's crazy. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to Hacker is top as he does claim the series, and a shout to Walk because shout to Walk because that last game was very close, to be honest. That was a very close game. It was like there were so many moments where Walk was on the cusp of recovering, of bouncing back, right? He was able to preserve his economy for the most part. He was out trading. He was picking up some very high-tech units in the lurkers. Like, those were expensive losses for Hacker is top whenever he would lose a lurker after lurker. So it was still very tense and very close. Unfortunately there, Walk, he did get caught out by those lurkers, and with that, GG, well played. Very intense, very fun series. Shout out to Walk, of course. He's knocked out, but he does make for a very entertaining match as we do follow Hacker's top into his next series. Let's go. Gonna be following him into his next round. As exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back of yourselves. Let's go. Also, I just want to remind you, that was not 2-base. Remember, Walk, he read that as 2-base muta. I do not blame him at all. Everything screamed 2-base muta. He went 2-base Hydra lurker, triple lurker rush. It was 3 lurkers. it was a 3 lurker timing. I think he could have afforded more if he didn't lose so many drones to the Hellion run by, if you remember. Like, there was a Hellion dive earlier that killed 9 drones. Like, that was a crazy game. But regardless, GG, well played. With that, results are coming in. Hacker is top. He does take down Walk 2-0, and Strange is coming up next. Strange, of course, I would say potentially one of, if not like maybe top 2 Protoss players in the CIS region, top 2 alongside Skillus. Like, Strange, he is also an animal in his own way. Strange, he does things his own way. He's a little bit odd. He's a little bit strange. He's a terrifying player and a terrifying opponent is what I will say. So we'll see how he performs, or how Hacker is top is able to approach him, and if he's able to cause an upset. Likewise, we have some other updates coming in. Matrix takes down Prome 2-0. That's a big win. I believe that's the Polish Protoss player, Matrix. Prome, the Korean Protoss, so big win there for Matrix. Does advance on to face off against another Korean Protoss in Luna Sea. Meanwhile, Stek takes down Dave Latos. Minizerg takes down Hatsu. Ateshi takes down Roman Demold. So a lot of first round matches are concluding here. Rebellion takes down Sebestus. I would say that's a bit of an upset there. I was definitely favoring Sebestus in that series, so very intense back and forth. Big win there for Rebellion. Rebellion, of course, a Korean Protoss player, does make it through, but a shout to Sebestus for making it to the ace match and for competing here tonight. Big shout to Sebestus. Always appreciate seeing him. And for the most part, the round 16 is underway. We still have Dwarf versus SW Pro, and we still have Gunner versus Ragnar. So we still have a couple of other matches underway. They're still going on. Here we go. As looks like we are setting things up. Vetoes are done, and we will soon jump into game number 1. Beautiful. As game 1 is going to be on Frostline. Crazy. I was crazy once. It's crazy. Here we go. We're getting into our next series, our fresh best of 3. Up next is going to be Random versus Protoss with Hacker's Top versus Strange. Let's go. Game 1 is on Frost Sign as we do load in. I want to come off of him with a build I invented myself. Yo, let's go. Este Senjo. Well done, Pappy. Well done. Well done. As we are jumping into our first game this morning, in the right-hand corner here of Frost Sign, we have the blue Protoss player. He is a little bit strange. And spawning in the top bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the random player, random rolling and landing on Terran from the land of Ukraine, representing Team Hokago T-Team. It is Hacker is Dub. Here we go. So we have our fresh series, we have our PVT. Again, Hacker is top. Did roll random, did let his opponent know his race, of course, as he typically does. And just like previously, we expect a crazy all-in. Not quite two-base lurker like what we saw previously, which was insane. But I'm sure something along the lines of it. So I would expect a 1-1-1, one base all-in with double gases. I mean, again, second gases on the way, faster factory to faster starport. We may pull the boys with this. We'll see if it's going to be a tank-based all-in or something a little bit more spicy. Meanwhile, again, Hacker's Top does have a reputation, so Strange, I'm sure, is fully aware of said reputation. As that is not a factory, that is going to be a second Rax hidden further in the main. Okay, you have my attention. Let him cook. I would imagine this would be maybe a 4Rax, one base all in. The probe does attempt to scout. Do we go for the factory? Otherwise, it could be a 2-1-1 variation. It is factory. Okay. So factory, not a third or fourth rack. So it is going to be what looks to be something along the lines of a 2-1-1 setup. We might do this without the starport. The probe goes further in, and the probe, oh no, oh, barely does. Oh no, he goes back. No, he doesn't. Where's he going? And it looks like he will check. He will barely double check here. Bottom right, he was checking behind the mineral line first, and he does find the second racks. Okay. Does find the second racks. So with that, he's aware of the stim timing. Again, 2 Raxes with the Tech Lab as well. This should be a stim timing here from our Terran player. I would imagine we're going for a third Rax? Question mark? Or starport? What's the plan? Stim is on the way. Stim is on the way. Marines are massing. Likewise, Tech Lab on the factory, so this will be for either tank or cyclone support. I believe everything's okay. Yep, there we go. Okay, starport. Okay, so 2-1-1. So one base 2-1-1 here from Hacker's Top. I was curious if we were going to be seeing a third Rax just for extra marine production, but the answer is no. So no extra marines with this starport. This could be for medevac for some support in the air, or this could be a liberator for a different kind of support for just as much DPS as possible. We'll see. Here in the chat, it's going to take about 2 to 3 business days for me to mentally recover from what I've experienced. Yo, welcome to the Tuna Cup. Welcome. I should say welcome to Hacker is Top, I should say. Again, if you're unfamiliar with our player here, I mean, now you know, he does nothing but all-ins and crazy builds. Like, he's a very, very chaotic player. Very chaotic. And I was just saying earlier, and just so you can hear me, I don't blame you, Wok, for reading it as 2-base muta. Like when we saw the turrets, I'm like, yeah, because like based on everything you had seen, it did read that it was anything but. it was crazy. It was crazy. So I don't blame you. But yes. Take your business days. Take your days off. Oh no. Let the brain rest. Aye. For now, though, we're going to be calming down. Again, Hallucination will confirm the setup here. Oh my god, add-on swap? I assumed it was going to be a medevac or a liberator, but no, add-on swap into Raven production after Stim. Okay. I mean, with this, we'll have the anti-armor missile, we'll have the auto turrets. Meanwhile, Strange, I've been focusing a lot on what Hacker's Top is doing. Strange, he responds beautifully. Very defensive build. He does go for a robo opener. What does this mean? This means early safety immortal, which would be ideal against tank-based pushes, and we're rushing into early Colossus as well. This is the safest build you can go for in PvT, or one of the safest builds you can go for, and despite the army rocking up already here, there's plenty to defend. So medevac does try to boost in. Likewise does boost away. I mean, he sees a Colossus, and I'll be honest, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Strange. We have to pull the boys. For now, the boy. Okay, we're not pulling the boys. We're leaving them chilling back at home. We're reinforcing. We have 3 tanks. We have mass fire. Observer does confirm this. Strange, he sees everything coming his way. He's ready. He has his sentries, has his force fields. Colossus has arrived. More reinforcements on the way. A couple of boys are being pulled. Okay, let's go. We're pulling a couple of boys. Tanks, they fall back. They should be the first to siege. Oh, it doesn't quite turn on him though. And he's in danger here. Oh no! The brutal force field gets one of the tanks. One tank goes down. A second tank as well. We do get the disable. He researched disable? I didn't notice. He's crazy. Did research. He sims in. Does it forward. Takes down the initial mortal. Going for the Colossus. Can he get it? Can he get the Colossus? He's so close. What a last. So close. He gets it. Oh my god. Takes down the Colossus. But he's down to 1 tank. 1 tank left. Another Colossus has arrived. Ah, there's no disable. There's no matrix. Yeah, no matrix. Not yet. Okay, now he has one available, but he has no army. Going for the siege. He's down to 3 marines. Throws down the auto turret instead. And with that, nice splits here from Hacker himself. Takes down the stalkers. Sutter stepping in. He wants the Colossus. He wants him. Can he get him? He's close. Oh my god, he's going for him. It's crazy. As Raven is going to be forced back. Strange, he does hold. And bear this in mind, his opponent's 1 base all in. Strange is getting a 3rd. He's getting a 3rd base. He's fully saturated on 2 bases as well. He's now getting up to 2 Colossus. We had some fancy moves here in the center, and I was impressed by how well Hackerstop traded, but he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He just lost both at Ravens. He's going to be forced back. Getting a very intense early game here. But he's gonna be broken. Yeah, oh my god. Tank volleys, they shut down the stalkers. But the Colossus, they hold their own. Yeah, they shut down the tanks. Hacker, stop going for a desperation drop into the main. Remember, he does have stim. Oh, Banshee behind this. Okay, going into Banshees, no cloak. Vanilla Banshees. Vanilla Banshees on the way. Jumping to the natural. Oh, but now there's 3 Colossus. That's terrifying. I'm seeing 3 Colossi. There's a 4th Colossus on the way. He's going pure Colossus. Strange is also crazy. Ay. Likewise, Hackers. So what I'm most impressed by is just how much army supply Hackers Top is able to pump out off of a 1 base economy, right? Like army supply wise, is actually quite comparable with Strange. Numbers wise, of course, Strange has a superior composition with Colossus, with force fields. Hackers Top getting within range. Likewise, he has 1 Raven, and he will soon have energy for 1 disable. Only 1 though, up against 4 Colossus. Like Banshee pokes in. Banshee does poke in. More reinforcements on the way. Hacker, he expands. He's expanding. He's lost his mind. He's getting a natural. Now is the time to expand. True. So 23 SCVs. Has Hackers Hobby does stim over. So there's a threat in the main. Does Ren. He still only has the 1 disable. He could try to go for the anti-armor missile, but like pushing into 4 Colossus though, those swipes are going to be brutal. Tanks are trying to close that distance. Now we have Archons morphing in. More Stalkers. Tanks are within range of the shield battery. He commits in. He goes. Yeah, does collapse over the tanks. Tanks going to be the first to pull down. Does go for the missile. And alas, Strange, he will clean this up. He will shut down the army. The Colossus, they do stand strong. They shut everything down. GG gets called, and Strange will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Strange, he does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense one-way win out of Hacker's Top. As a reminder, it was a 2-on-1 stim into add-on swap after the medevac into Raven production with Interference Matrix. Like that's what caught me off guard, is the swap into Raven into Interference Matrix, which actually allowed Hacker's Top to win the fight in the center of the map. Unfortunately, the Raven arrived a little bit too late, so he lost 2 tanks in the lead up to it. But if he was able to preserve those 3 tanks in the lead up to that fight with the Raven, he wins that, and he pushes into the natural. Does he win from there? Hard to say, but like that was insane. Or imagine if Strange wasn't so proactive. Like imagine if Strange was more defensive, if he was more tentative, if he was being more passive at home, waiting for his opponent to come to him. Then Hacker Assault, he would have taken advantage of that Raven timing. That was a crazy build. But here we go, we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Strange. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Ukrainian random player once again landing on Terran, representing Hukagu T team. It is a Hacker is Top. See in the chat, this is all just a game to Hacker's Top, isn't it? Ah, no. It's crazy. I mean, I appreciate the builds for sure, but the question becomes, does he have another build? I do remember that for a while in TBT, I think he only had 1 build. I'll be honest, I think he only had like 1 all-in for TBT, which was what we saw against Wok. So I'm curious to see how much diversity he has in this matchup. But as the SCV does go down, massive pickoff. Strange, he will delay the racks. This delays the factory as well. It delays everything else. Is going to be a double gas opener, but Strange already just throwing a wrench in the works and disrupting his opponent. So, oh no, not again, not again, no, he wants it, he wants another SCV, that probe. Yeah, he does rotate over, he wants the SCV and he will get him. Oh god, one more shot, what a mass, he's going for the kill. Oh my god. Gets punished. Strange, he's going to be zoned away. Hacker is still going for his factory. That is a factory before second racks, so this is a different build. It is a different build. Back at home, gate expanded to Cybercore. Standard opener here by Strange. Everything is standard. Really, we're waiting to see what kind of this is going to lead into. Already, this is a different build. As a reminder, last game there was a second racks before factory, I should say. Before factory. This time factory before anything else. So this does look different. Probe does go down, and we are going for that second racks. So it is going to be the initial 2-1 setup once again, but in a different order, in a different way. From here, we'll see if he does rush into Stim, if he does rush into Ravens. Once again, Robo opener out of Strange, so a very safe build here. Once again from our Protoss. Oh no, the surround! It does surround the Reaper. Reaper does fall. And Hacker is top. Did he see this? Did he see the tech? He did not. He did not confirm the tech. He does not know if it's a Twilight Council, a Robo, or a Stargate. So Hacker is top is in the dark. Hallucination does get eyes on the setup. Here comes the Atom Swap here into Stim. So Stim, tank production. Is this the same build? So far, it looks to be. It looks to be similar, I should say. Like, because the Stim is going to be later here, it means that there's going to be a later add-on swap. So medevac first. And we might see an add-on swap into Raven again. We'll see. Otherwise, this could be Stim into Combat Shields and medevac into Liberator. Strange, same response. Robo opener into Immortal into Bay for Colossus production. There's the safety Immortal. There's the medevac. There's the initial drop. And so far, nothing else being built from that starport. Yeah, it's going for the add-on. It's same build. Okay. Going for the same kind of setup here. Add-on swap into Raven, into Interference Matrix. And we'll see if this time he can preserve his tanks a little bit further here. Can't preserve them. Yeah, there it is. Interference Matrix on the way. Raven production has begun. As Marines, they threaten to dive. Medevac, oh, takes a massive volley. Medevac has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Strange once again being active here. Now, my biggest criticism of this execution, oh no, the Medevac takes a lot of damage. Oh my god. Was that Hacker's Top, if you recall, he did push without his Raven last game, so he had to fight without Interference Matrix. This time, I would imagine he's going to hold on to that. As he does spot the Observer. Observer spots him. Hacker's Top, he does move out. Observer does spot this. Strange is going to engage in the center of the map. Ooh, Medevac goes down. Brutal pickup. That means how much less micro potential here. Yeah, rough start for Hacker's Top. Does get the disable. Does get the Colossus. He steps in. Yeah, the Immortal is going to go down, but can he get the Colossi? Oh, it's going to be close. Rushing on forward. Takes down most of the Gateway Army, but the Colossus does survive. And this time the Colossus does live. Tank moving in. Oof. Shot goes off. Volley does go off here. Now here comes the second Colossus. A couple of boys are being pulled. Nice position with the tank. Ravens did survive. They can build up energy for another disable. So he's holding on to another disable. Tank is slowly pushing in. These are slow sieges though. Worth it. Gets 2 volleys off. Not bad. Gets up a couple of volleys. Shield battery is within range. Here we go. Gearing up for another attack. It's going to commit in. Here comes the disable. But there's still 2 Colossus. Yeah, they just shell away at the tanks. The tanks are going to go down. There are just too many Colossi. And both tanks fall. And the bunker's been broken. Bunker is broken. Strange, he holds. He does break out. Hacker herself going for a drop into the main. But this time Strange did not lose a single Colossus. And he has his 4th Colossus on the way. Like, he's very secure. Though there were some moments here when it came to the initial all-in, but and the drop does get into the main. We'll get some counter damage done, but Strange, he doesn't care. Yeah, Strange, he does not care. He just commits. Takes down the tank. He's going for the kill. We're pushing into 2 tanks. It's going to be brutal. Despite that, the Colossus, they just, oh my god, they just mowed down those tanks. 1 tank goes down, 2nd tank as well. There's 1 tank left. Yeah, 1 tank remaining, and it'll also fall. And with that, there's nothing remaining. There's nothing here. There's a couple of Marines. There's 1 Banshee on the way. The Banshee will eventually deal with this, I suppose. Likewise, drops, so wreaking havoc. Does force a defensive warp in. But GG gets called. It's just too much, and Strange, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Strange. He will claim the series. He will take the 2-0, and he will advance on. Into said next round. Again, a very intense series here. Same build 2 games in a row. I did really enjoy it the first time. Second time, though, it did feel like Strange. He was a lot better prepared. He was much better prepared this time. Much better prepared. Oh. As with that, Strange will take the 2-0 and will advance on. And the question becomes, who's up next? Who is up next? As we switch our scenes over and catch up on the brackets. It looks like we have many more results coming in here. Oh my god, okay, we have Strange. Strange has advanced on to the next round. Likewise, still waiting for his next opponent. We have Gunner versus Ragnar into Nicoract into Strange. I'll be honest, I was hoping that by now we would have an opponent for Strange, but some of these other matches are taking a little bit longer. Yeah, some of them are taking a little bit longer here. Scrolling up, Luna C does take down Matrix 2-0. Big win there for Luna C. Waiting for the winner of Cristiano and Stek. Likewise, Shameless takes down Mini Zerg. Gerald takes down Ateshi. And we have Gerald versus Shameless also going on in the quarterfinals. So we have some quarterfinals matches underway. Meanwhile, looks like SW Pro versus Dwarf has concluded. Looks like we are getting updates regarding that soon. TM. We're getting updates. And we'll figure out where we're headed next. I believe Geralt versus Shameless is being covered by Lika Lika. I believe Lika Lika is covering that series. And I guess we have some downtime. Again, I was personally, I was hoping to try to catch Strange versus Nicoract. I was very much so looking forward to that series. I mean, best of luck to Gunnar and Ragnar, of course. Best of luck. Best of luck. Likewise, Cristiano versus Tex still ongoing. ByuN versus SW Pro. There we go. We do have some updates. SW Pro does take down Dwarf or Tier 2-1 up against ByuN in the next round. Up against ByuN. So we're going to need a moment here to figure out where we are and to figure out where we're headed. So we're going to be going on a short break here, and when we return, we will have our next matchup. We'll have our next set of rounds. So take this moment to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and we'll be back soon with another matchup. Yet to be determined what exactly. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I apologize for the short break. I know you were vibing to the Brutal OSC, but we have returned. We are here. We are back with our next series of the broadcast. We're jumping into the round of 16. Oh, as we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything is okay. But we are jumping into the round of 16 here into a fresh best of 3 between ByuN and SW Pro. Oh boy. Again, SW Pro just wrapped up his series over on in the round of 32. There we go. As we are getting into our next game and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the orange Protoss player representing Root Gaming. It is SW Pro. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we are opening up with some cheese with a proxy. Let's go. Of course, ByuN is the #1 seed of the tournament, but there are definitely players that are signed up here tonight that can threaten ByuN, that can bring him down, that have done so in the past and can do so again. But now they're proxy gateway across the map. Initially just one gate here from SW Pro. Just catching with the chat. The music triggers me all the time. To good old times. No distraction from Twitch, but gaming myself all night. Ah. Feels good, man. Feels good. For sure, for sure. Like, it's always, like, audio cues, right? It's like, I always get that whenever I cast StarCraft Evolution. When it comes to, like, certain, like, units, like, game sounds, in-game sounds, I mean. Always does remind me. Like, playing Brutal when I was very, very young. I'd always be like replaying the campaign or something. Good times. Good times. For now, though, standard opener. Standard economic opener here. ByuN going for a Rax expand. Marine first, going straight for the tech lab. No Reaper. No Reaper. ByuN, he does not scout across the map. ByuN, he does not realize that a gateway is missing. And the goal here for SW Pro is to delay the CC with the initial Zealots. And also with Stalker support as well. Or Adepts. For now, probe is shut down. The Zealot is going to be waddling in. We have another Zealot on the way as well. And ideally, you do want to line this up to be able to delay this, to be able to deny. ByuN, meanwhile, rushing into Concussive Shell. Now, this will be able to punish any kind of regular gateway unit aggression, specifically units like Stalkers and Adepts. Against Zealots, I mean, it'll help, I suppose. And, I mean, Zealots would go down anyway. But we'll see. Zealots do move in. And again, their goal is to delay. To delay, to deny. SCV is zoned away. And with that, the command center is delayed. Command center is going to be delayed here. The Stalker has arrived, but last with the help of the Marauders with Concussive Shell, they can shut this down, and the Stalker has to get the hell out of here. And again, if it wasn't for Concussive Shell Marauders, that Stalker could have maintained this position, could have dealt more damage. But ByuN, almost with the hard counter, does hold, does defend, and is looking for the proxy. Oh no! And he will find a Stalker, and there's no way out of this. There's no way out. The Stalker is going to be shut down. Aye, aye, aye. Brutal pickoff. Stalker falls. The proxy as well. Yeah, there's no producing another Stalker. Back at home, backup gateways on the way. There are 0 gates back at home, and ByuN, he knows that. He depowers the gateway, and he sends it. He just goes across the map. And now I'm concerned that much more for SW Pro. The gateways are going to finish up soon. They're halfway done. Charge is being researched as well, but right now there's only one Stalker to defend. Shield batteries on the way. These Marauders, they will hit first. They'll hit first, they'll hit hard. Moving in. Boys are gonna have to be pulled. We have more shield batteries on the way. SW Pro is in trouble, and here come the boys. Boys are being pulled. They will buy time for warp ins. They will buy time for a defense. Shield batteries are being targeted down. Oh, one Marauder is gonna fall, but we have another Marauder already. Another Marauder has arrived. There's still 3 to worry about. Still 3 to deal with. Now he has him. +1 is on the way. Getting to +1. Moving out with his main army. That's a lot of army. Ah, no. Now, ByuN, he hasn't seen the tech. For all he knows, there could be a robo opener behind this. Of course, we see that it is going to be charged. He has yet to really confirm the charge loss reinforcing. So ByuN is in the dark. In the dark as he does move out. Heading across the map, the main armies, they pass by each other. Do we go for the base trade? Do we just commit? I think we do. But ByuN, he will spot this. He's aware. ByuN, he turns back around. Does turn around. Bunkers are on the way. Second bunker as well. ByuN, he's getting ready here for the charge lots. Can he just scout this at a time? Zealots, they do attempt to dive. But ByuN, he comes over behind. He does focus on one. Does get both of the sentries. Both sentries go down. Charge lots, they get picked off one after the other. Going for the Stalker as well. And ByuN, he will clean this up. And again, just a brutal start here for SW Pro. GG gets called. And ByuN, he will take game number 1. GG. ByuN, he will take a lead in the series. Again, SW Pro being a little bit cheeky at the start of the game, going for the initial proxy gateway. ByuN blindly went for the initial Marauders into Concussive Shell. It's designed to punish gateway units early on, and it happened to be exactly what SW Pro was going for. He got completely shut down, and things just escalated out of control from there. GG. GG well played. ByuN, he gambled a little bit there and did gamble very nicely, very well. That's GG. And we're now heading into game number 2. We'll see if SW Pro can bounce back, if he can recover. We'll see what build he goes for this time. Oh boy. Likewise, we do have some other updates in the bracket. Oh my god, we have a lot of updates actually. Jesus. It looks like it took a while for a couple of results to come in, but Gunner did take down Ragnar 2-0. Nicoract took down Gunner 2-1, and Nicoract, he is currently up against his opponents. He's currently up against Strange. Again, I was hoping to catch that series. I did want to jump into that TVP. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I'm already in this series. But best of luck to Strange, best of luck to Nicoract as they do face off. Winner does advance on to the semifinals. Winner of this series will advance on to face off against Rebellion, as a reminder. So we will just be following this series into Rebellion, into those semis, and we'll be covering whichever semis is available first. Whichever one is ready first, we'll be all over that. As spawning in the top left hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the orange Protoss player. We have the the orange Protoss representing Root Gaming. It is SW Pro, who I believe also does a lot of streaming as well. Do check out his Twitch, his channel. I believe we have rated him in the past. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Go. As this time the gateway is back at home. This time there is no proxy. There is nothing across the map. This time we're calming things down. We're settling in. We go. Everyone is betting on ByuN. I mean, ByuN, he is the favorite player. True. He's the #1 seed for a reason. But as I mentioned before, there are definitely players in this bracket that have taken maps and taken series off of ByuN in the past, 100%. So there's potential to bring him down. Likewise, I was keeping my eye on some of the Zerg competitors here, but Mini Zerg did go down to Shameless earlier, so now it is purely Protoss and Terran. Purely Protoss and Terran. Smurge, papi, Smurge. Was hoping for a little bit more diversity, but for whatever reason this week we didn't have some of our regulars. We didn't have Yang Yakov or Wayne or 3 Point or Shin or Solar. I would imagine for some of the Korean Zerg players also preparing for GSL, right? The qualifiers were last night, so there has been a lot going on. As SW Pro does go for a standard opener this time. No proxy, no crazy setup. Ooh, meanwhile, ByuN double gas opener into Reactor Reaper Hellion. Okay. Something more assertive, something more aggressive early on. As a reminder, ByuN last game he did go for a faster CC on the low ground. This time delayed CC, faster factory instead. Does go for the faster factory. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? I see a proxy Twilight Council. So proxy Twilight Council here on the right hand side. This could be a couple different things. I imagine you don't typically proxy Twilight Council unless you plan on going for a Dark Shrine. So I'm picturing Dark Shrine here from the side of SW Pro. We'll keep an eye on him. Now, we have seen ByuN actually lose games to proxy Dark Shrine in the past. I'm always going to remember, of course, on Oceanborn, it was Gerald. Gerald on Oceanborn in that PVT did proxy Dark Shrine ByuN. ByuN, he muled, and as he muled, DTs waddled in. They waddled in, GG got called, and that was game. that was just game then and there. So we have seen ByuN fall to that in the past, but we'll see if he does fall to it here, assuming that it is going to be a Dark Shrine. As Reapers, they do get into the main. They go on, they get 2 probes so far. Yeah, 2, 3 probes, brutal damage. At the same time, Hellion into the natural, getting up to 4. There is that Dark Shrine, as I did mention, but this is already some brutal damage here. As ByuN, he also sees no tech. I mean, usually the Twilight Council will still be at home, but the Twilight Council is proxied, and this looks very suspicious. There should be something here. There should be a Twilight Council, a Robo, a Stargate. There should be some kind of tech. ByuN saw everything and saw nothing at the same time. And that's a tell. That is a tell here. For now, he's going for his follow-up drop. Meanwhile, Dark Shrine is halfway done. There is no Raven. There's no add-on swap. Bear that in mind. So no Raven here. No eBay either. It's all about the mules. If ByuN mules at the wrong moment, these DTs can deal critical damage. As ByuN does him in. Or boost in, I should say. There's one sentry. There's one sentry and one sword to defend. ByuN is getting out of hand. He's getting out of hand. Probes are going to be falling one after the other. Heading further in. Warbirds have to be spent here defensively back at home. And the pylon is under fire. Not like this. Oh my god. As the pylon is going to be targeted, and without the gateways, how do we warp in? No shot. Without gateways, we can't actually warp anything in. No, the DTs. Woodermine shot does not get wasted. Clean moves there out of ByuN. Does not borrow in time. Does not borrow. Likewise, I mean, I guess we can warp in one Dark Templar, but at this point, ByuN, he should be aware that something's wrong. He should be holding on to his scans. Like, something is amiss here. eBay's on the way for turrets. And ByuN, he has one scan. He has one scan in the main CC. Likewise, he has a second scan at the natural CC as well. Again, this is all just looking far too suspicious. Dark Templar waddles in. He just muled. He just muled. Oh no. If only there were like 3 Dark Templar, or even 2, like 1 for each. But go for the middle line. You can go for it. No. Just go for the SUVs. Turrets on the way. He's playing too safe. He's playing too safe. He believes there would be detection, but there's nothing. Meanwhile, drops are wreaking havoc. They're popping off in the mineral lines. Now the DT hits, but it's too late. It's too late. Turrets to finish. There was some potential there, but GG gets called, and with that, ByuN, he will take the 2-0. Will advance on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, ByuN. He will claim the series. Will advance on. Shout out to SW Pro for having some cheeky and cheesy builds here, and unfortunately wasn't quite able to bring them all to fruition, but a shout out nonetheless. Thank you so much, SW Pro. Not the most regular of competitors in our tournament, but we appreciate seeing him here nonetheless. Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, shout out to SW Pro. He does often stream on his own Twitch. So do check out his channel over on SW Pro. So much love. As ByuN, he will advance on to the next round, where he's going to be facing off against his next opponent in the quarterfinals. It's going to be another Terran versus Protoss. Another TVP, ByuN versus Rebellion, this time over on the Korean server. Let's go. Let's go. As we head on over. As our players are connecting their vetoes. Meanwhile, do we have any other updates? I don't believe we have any other major updates here. As I mentioned before, we just had a wrap-up of Nicoract and Gunner. Again, Nicoract is up against Strange. Lunacy still waiting for his opponent. Gerald mid-series versus Shameless. And of course, ByuN now up against Rebellion. The series soon about to begin. We are nearing the semifinals. We're slowly working through the bracket here, working through the tournament, nearing the final half, nearing that final stretch. As a reminder, both semifinals are going to be casted. Both will be covered. For now, though, we're going to be going on a short break. Here. When we come back, we will have that next match. We'll have that next series. We'll have that TVP. So take this moment to get some snacks, get some food, enjoy the OST, and we'll be back soon with our next matchup. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon. and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended downtime, but we were stuck in limbo. I was really struggling to connect to the Korean server. We made it. We're here. We're back. But because it took us so long, we missed out on the first game. So we are jumping in mid-series and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing among SE2 people. It is Rebellion. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Again, we are jumping in mid-series. Yeah, I know. It's yeah, we just had a really hard time connecting, and we were just like stuck perpetually in limbo, reconnecting, disconnecting, all that stuff. We did finally make it to the Korean server, but alas, one game too late. Regardless, we're here to continue the series and to potentially find its conclusion. For now, we do have our double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a Rax into a factory, delayed CC out of our Terran. Meanwhile, Rebellion going for his own standard opener, Gate Expand, or I should say Gate Cyber Expand. So standard opener out of Rebellion, a more intense, a more aggressive start, or you can even argue safer start here by ByuN, going for said factory. As we are setting up, so we are going to be settling in. There you go, factories on the way. The Probe Scout does confirm. Probe Scout is aware of the double gas opener. So Rebellion, he is aware of what's going on, and back at home, he's going to prepare as to what's to come. Initially, I should say we do have our initial Reaper, so no reactor first. Reaper into reactor does move out. From here, we can go into earlier tech lab on the factory. We can go for early cyclone, early tank production, early drop across the map. We could see something more assertive here from ByuN, something more tech heavy. We'll keep an eye on our Terran. Keep it on it. As we have the CC on the high ground. Okay, ByuN gets across the map. Pick off the initial probe. Probe goes down. Rebellion, he does have control of the high ground, trying to chase down that Reaper. And he does get the first shot off here, but the Reaper does slip by. Behind this, no add-on on the factory, going for the initial Widow Mine, setting up for a Widow Mine drop. So, mine drop on the horizon. Reaper gets in, gets another probe. That's two probes going down. The Reaper, no shot, does he get away? He does barely get away. Getting a little bit greedy here, going for another worker. Alas, is going to be punished for it, and the Adept will bring him down. Whew. Reaper falls. Nice clean up there from Rebellion. Takes down the initial Reaper. Behind this, going for a Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council was scouted by ByuN, so ByuN, he's fully aware of the Blink opener. So Blink based opener out of Rebellion. Likewise, across the map, it is going to be Reactor Marine with Widow Mines. That means this drop could be Widow Mines alongside the Marines as well. Something a little bit more committed here from ByuN. We'll see how he does move out. Meanwhile, I believe my shot did go off. Catching the Adept. Not bad. Adept goes down. ByuN, he will now expand. Now moving out. Meanwhile, he will keep his Marines back at home, only moving out with said Widow Mines. So double Widow Mine drop here by ByuN. And Rebellion back at home is just calming down and settling in. So far, just going for a 2-gate opener into Blink, Robo as well. Third gateway gets thrown down, so very safe play by Rebellion. Mine drop does hit the natural, and Rebellion, he should react in time. There we go, does pull away. Will pull away. Tries to bait at the mine shot. Stalkers have to move in. Going for the medevac. Shot goes off. Takes down to one probe. Meanwhile, Widow Mine into the main. Rebellion, he pulls away once again. Oh my god. Whew. Quick on borrow. ByuN, he's moving in. He wants the probes. Does want them, does retarget. Nice control, takes out a Stalker. Nice catch here by ByuN, but he will be shut down and he will lose a said Widow Mine. Overall though, not bad. He gets one probe, gets one Stalker, does get away with the medevac, and behind this, he does of course delay the expansion. As Rebellion, he sold 2 bases, he will now take a third. Likewise breaking out across the map. ByuN back at home, he is getting ready for it. He's getting ready for the counterattack. We have some nice SimCity. Tank on the lower ground, bunker as well. ByuN so far, he's ready the natural. The main base is a little bit more exposed. But Rebellion should be expanding. And likewise, Rebellion, he has no War Prism. Prism, no way to reinforce. Rebellion, he is still active. Still out on the map. Yeah, ByuN is secure. And ByuN, he shouldn't move out until he has Stim. So we're waiting for the upgrades. Waiting for Stim, Combat Shields, waiting for all these upgrades to kick in. Once they do, then ByuN can break out. Until then, it is on Rebellion to be as greedy as possible, claim his third base, tech up, get ready for charge, Gateway Explosion, Archons into Storm, not Colossus. We have the Templar Archives on the way instead. But it's on Rebellion to build up and to secure himself. Storm is being prioritized. He's being chronoed. ByuN moving out just to scout. As he does confirm the third. Is aware. Stim is about to finish, and with Stim finishing, ByuN, he can break out. He can try to catch these Stalkers. Oh! Clutch Blink. Clutch Blink here by Rebellion. Does pull away. Guy back, and again it's on Rebellion to bait out Stims, to pick off some Marines, maybe even pick off a tank, but to slow this down and get ready back at home. Meanwhile, double auto charge into the natural. Rebellion building up. Storm is not ready, but where the High Templar? Yes, two High Templar. Storm is done in 5 seconds. Up, the High Templar getting picked up. Storm is ready. Goes off the Marauders. The High Templar goes down. Massive pick off. The Storm gets baited. The Storm is forced, and now there's one High Templar left, and there's one Storm. Nice spread with the Marines. The base is gonna fall. Storm goes up. Does graze the Marauders more than anything. The tanks, they shut down the base. Nexus goes down. And Rebellion's in trouble. He's in trouble. He has to fall back. Trying to build up more High Templar. And ByuN is going for the kill. Zal say trickle in. Massive tank voice here on the Stalkers. Once again, another Storm forced. Marines, they just stimulate, they force out another Storm. Now there's no Storms remaining. There's one High Templar left. GG gets called. ByuN snowballs out of control, and ByuN, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. Again, we saw that the goal there for Rebellion was to just buy time for those High Templar, but once ByuN saw them, he was so quick to dive, so quick to focus them down. He was able to force out premature Storms, which did not really quite connect. They grazed the army, they grazed the Marauders more than anything, and without those Storms, GG. GG, well played. Without them, Rebellion was broken, and ByuN takes the win. ByuN does take the win. With that, he does advance on to the next round, to the semi-finals. And do we have another opponent here? Not quite, as we have some updates in the brackets. ByuN does advance on to the semis, but ByuN is still waiting for the winner of Gerald and Shameless. They are currently mid-series. They are in the ace match. Meanwhile, Strange Nicoract also mid-series, and it looks like Cristiano versus Steck still ongoing. Winner goes up against Luna C in the next round. So plenty more matches ahead of us here. It looks like we are going to be waiting for Gerald and Shameless. I believe that is being covered by Lika Lika in their own native language. One moment here. Just trying to set up. Checking the stream. I'm checking their stream. Meanwhile, it looks like Cristiano and Lunacy are actually mid-series. And Shameless versus Gerald, they are 15 minutes into their game. They are actually locked in battle on Sandworm. Oh my god, looks like it's been a very intense back and forth, actually. 2 base versus 2 base. 15 minutes in. It's actually quite close between them. So that could go either way. So we're just going to chill. Just going to have some downtime. I will link, of course, in the chat. I got you. But of course, they are mid-series. They're in the ace match. otherwise, we are going to be going on a short break. Going to be going on a short break here. I do apologize for a lot of the downtime, but again, just should be a short break. Once we wrap up, we should be able to get into the upper semis. Upper semi first, then the lower semifinals. That should be the plan. That should be the go-to. And once the semis get going, we shouldn't stop. We should not stop. Once again, if you want to help support this tournament, if you want to help support the Sparkling Tuna Cup and other tournaments that we do host here on the CranKy Ducklings, you can do so via Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. Again, that does fund our tournaments completely. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments. It all goes towards the players. It all goes towards the scene, towards the community. So thank you. Thank you so much for all the support that we do have there currently. And again, thank you so much for all that you do for us. Thank you. Thank you so much to all our patrons. And thank you so much for watching as well. Again, we're going to be going on a short break here. And when we come back, we will continue the tournament and we will get into those semifinals. See you soon. See you soon. welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semi-finals of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 89. We are finally here. We've reached the upper echelons of the brackets. We have our top 4 players confirmed. We have ByuN and Gerald waiting in the upper semis, and we have our lower semi-finals match here and ready for you with another TVP. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whistles of Gold, we have the red Terran player. The red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing among SC2 people, it is Luna C. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 3. As a reminder, this is the semi-finals when it does advance on to the grand finals, and we have ByuN and Gerald waiting in the upper portion of the bracket. Again, this series was ready just barely like 2 minutes earlier. Like they just barely finished up a little bit sooner. We're ready for us. So we're jumping into the lower semi-finals first before the upper semis. Let's go. Of course, again here, Nicoract did take down Strange, went all the way to the ace match, went down to the wire, was a 2-1 score in favor of Nicoract. Likewise, Luna C took down Christiana. I'm pretty shocked. I'm pretty shocked, pretty surprised. Christiana, otherwise dubbed as Chris Tuna, is known for having deep runs and was even the reigning champion last week from last week's tournament. Last week, Christiana, he took down Cure. To make it to the finals and their face off against Trigger. Like Christiana, he had a crazy performance, which is why I'm a little bit shocked to see him not make it to at least the semis. Crazy run here, crazy results out of Luna C. I would say definitely causing an upset, and we'll see if we can cause another. And so now we are setting up for a proxy. Okay, so Probe does head towards the top side. Likewise, we do have the economic opener out of Nicoract going for a rack expand. Economic start here from our Terran player. Luna C going to be opening up with a bit of aggression with said proxy. Oh, sorry, I assume proxy setup is going to be gate cyber expand here. No early pylon. Looks like Luna C is hiding the probe, but I would imagine just moving in for a later scout. We'll keep an eye on it, nonetheless. As it is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Luna C. Opening up Twilight Council, most likely into Blink. My eyes are still on that probe. Likewise, Reaper is zoned away. Oh, there's a pylon. Now, if we're proxying a pylon, if we're opening up Twilight Council, this is similar to what SW Pro did earlier against ByuN, if you recall. Where SW Pro, what did he do? He did proxy a Twilight Council into a proxy Dark Shrine into attempted DTs. This is different though, because the Twilight Council is at home, it's only going to be the proxy Dark Shrine instead. This makes it more difficult to scout because now the tech is where it should be, so if the Reaper gets in, then Nicoract, everything looks more or less normal. You can always fake an upgrade and fake blink to make it look like something more standard here instead. Only the Dark Shrine. We have the gateway on the way as well, so we have how many? We have 2 gates at home, 1 across the map, and this is going to hit hard, it's going to hit fast, and as a reminder, it comes down to the mules. If Nicoract does mule at the wrong moment, if he mules too soon, if there is no scans, then these DTs can wreak havoc. We did mention this previously with the ByuN series, and it is also applicable here as well. As there is no eBay, there is no Raven. For the time being, Nicoract going to be opening up with his own bio setup. Does push early on. This is going to be an early move out here out of Nicoract. We'll have potential waiting for the medevac. Likewise, Dark Shrine is about to complete. Oh boy. And I am concerned. He's waiting for the medevac. Waiting for the reinforcements. There we go. Marine drop across the map. Hellions on the ground to support. Nicoract, he sends it across the map. Meanwhile, Lunacy is claiming a third base. He's taking an expansion. He has some SimCity here at the natural, but he can be broken. Meanwhile, DTs are waddling in. We have 3 Dark Templar. Okay, now there is going to be 1 scan at the natural. Just going to be the one. Don't mule. Oh, no, he mules. He does mule. DTs, they waddle in, and 0 detection. 0 detection. There's DT the natural, DT the main. At the same time, we do drop into the main base, so we do have to get some counter damage. Hellions into the natural as well. Probes are going to be going down. Likewise, so are SCVs. And again, there is 0 detection back at home. eBay is denied. Probes are going down, but eventually Lunacy should clean this up. I say that, oh my god, we're lining up. Probes are getting roasted. SCVs are getting eviscerated. There's nothing at home for Nicoract. Likewise, he's running out of steam here across the map. The boys, they just attack. They just fight. The Hellions, though, they can one-shot. They can one-shot. They can one-shot probes, I mean. Oh my god, the probes, they line up. Gonna be 23 probe kills, 25 probes, 26 probes do go down. At the same time, 22 SCVs. The Raven has arrived. There is detection. And the dust is settling. Okay. The dust is settling. We have crippled each other. So many workers went down. On the one hand, yes, Nicoract, he lost so many SCVs, but now he has a Raven. Likewise, he was also cleaned up back at home. And what do we have now? Where exactly are we? Lunacy has 3 bases. He just canceled. Okay, just canceled. He's on 2 bases, preserving his resources, going for another warp in across the map. Lunacy, he is counterattacking with what? He has 3 Stalkers, 2 Adepts, 2 DTs, and a couple of reinforcements trickling in. Meanwhile, back at home, we have a bunker, we have a Raven, we have a tank. Nicoract, he's looking quite secure. He's looking quite secure here on 2 bases. We're getting crazy, we're getting chaotic. Lunacy, he has no upgrades, he has no charge, but he does have an Archon. And I'm not so sure that Lunacy can break the natural. I'm not so sure he can. Waiting for extra reinforcements. Again, there's a tank. There's going to be an auto turret as well. He's going for the shade. Oh, does cancel. Does cancel. Nicoract, he checks. No expansion, no third base. Hellion does get into the mineral line. Lunacy, he's supply blocked. Oh, brutal supply block here for Lunacy. Forced to recall back home. Does recall, and this tells us that he's not pushing in. He's not pushing into this. He sees the setup. He knows that he cannot break this position. So Lunacy pulls away. He's probing. He's saturating. And now he's going for a bit of a later third base. And taking up into charge. We're stabilizing. After a crazy start again, checking the units lost tab here. 28 probes and 22 SCVs. After an insane start, we're slowing things down, we're stabilizing, we're getting a third base. Nicoract at the same time moving out across the map. Lunacy, he will miss the drop. But Lunacy should not move in. He should not move in. He should not commit. Maybe into a mineral line more than anything, but he shouldn't be pushing into the bases. So we go Nicoract, he does unload. Header for the natural, takes out a sentry. Sentry goes down. Oh, and again, recall's on cooldown. Recall was just spent. It was just spent earlier with the Archon. So no recall. Nicoract, he does get in. Takes down the initial Zealot. Jumping further into the mineral line at the same time across the map. Oh, we're going for another drop. And Lunacy, his army just doesn't really have much mobility here. Blink is just now starting. Blink is just now on the way. We have another drop advancing across the map. So 1 on the right, we have 2 on the left. Lunacy trying to keep up. Uh-oh. He might intercept. Now knocking down these rocks. Nicoract, he does him in. Gets a Stalker. Gets 1. Picks off 1 Stalker. Dropping back into the main. Boys are being pulled. More probes going to be going down. Oh god, this is brutal. 7, 8, 9. 9 probes going down. Instead, Lunacy just commits across the map. He commits in. Catching out some marauders, catching out some marines. Tanks are sieging up. Nicoract, he has the high ground. Kites back, auto shots get thrown down. He cleans up all the zealots. Now he's going for the Archons. Nicoract, he will hold, he will shut this down. Takes down the Archon. Brutal losses here for Lunacy. Didn't get too much at home, and likewise too much across the map as well. Again, it was a crazy game here, a crazy start. It was almost critical damage from the Dark Templar, but alas, Nicoract, he did survive, did recover, he's moving out. You have the 1 DT wreaking havoc, but there is still a Raven. Oof. DT does get the tank, not bad. Tank does fall. Drop still in the main. And Lunacy, I mean, he does have a pretty robust army here. Yeah, Nicoract here overextends. Nicoract, he does overextend. Let's get the hell out of here. Ooh, lose the full medevac. Full medevac goes down. Big overextension. And Nicoract, he should not have been there. And the drop is still popping off though. Getting another 7 probes. Lunacy's economy in shambles, down to 37 probes. But Nicoract, he needs that third CC. He needs that expansion. He's still building up. Lunacy moving out. You know, Nicoract, he is looking for the proxy. He will find it. He will find the proxy at the same time. Oh, SCV's getting caught. Nice catch from the Protoss. Drop into the main. Drop into said main base. Likewise, Nicoract catching up some of those charge lots. And 2, 3, 5. Yeah. A lot of charge lots do go down. Let's see, pulling back. Let's see, pulls back. Nicoract likewise establishing his third. More DTs waddling in. But this will finally be dealt with. Lunacy hoping to catch out this army. Uh-oh. Dark Shrine is going to go down. Lunacy coming with intercepts. Will clean this up. Medevac should not escape. But who catches who? Scan into the mineral lines. DTs are getting more SCVs. DT in the main. At the same time, Nicoract, he will catch out this army. I will maybe bleed out a Medevac. Not even. Medevacs do survive. Nice catch here from Nicoract. Back at home, bleeds out 7 SCVs. Oh! Can he get away? Oh my god, barely not. Nicoract, he holds. Does hold on. Still has a decent economy here. We're even on bases and mules on top of that, so I do give the edge to Nicoract. Bearing in mind that Lunacy was bleeding out so many probes here in the lead up to this game state. 54 probes in total have gone down. And Nicoract, he has stabilized. He has stabilized. He defends against the DTs. He cleans up the initial army. Now moving out. And Lunacy, he has no splash damage. In this kind of game state, no Colossus, no Storm, no Disruptors, no nothing. Only purely gateway units, Zealots and Stalkers, not even an Archon. And with that, Nicoract, he's done it. He has done it. Nice on Burrow here on the Widow Mines. Doesn't waste his shots. GG gets called, and Nicoract, he'll snowball out of control. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. I had to play the trumpets. I had, after the start of the game, with so many workers, with, was it like 26 and 28? Like so many probes and so many SCVs went down to the DTs and to the Hellion and drop counterattack. It was a crazy start to the game. And in the end, as the dust settled, Nicoract, he did stand tall. He was able to get out of it. He was able to keep the pressure on, overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. With that, Nicoract takes a lead, but we'll see if Lunacy can recover, bounce back, and make a series out of this. I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a game 3, but the pressure is on. The pressure is on Lunacy, and yo, este, ay. Este, Demi in the chat. It's been a while, papi. It's been a while. Has been a while. Good to see you. When are we seeing you in the Tuna Cup, papi? When are we seeing Demi in the Tuna? Ay. So it's Gerald versus ByuN waiting. As always, when it comes to our tournaments, when it comes to Sparkling Tuna Cup, when it comes to the Turtle Tussle as well, both semifinals are always casted. That is always the case. That is not always the case for all tournaments. It is the case for our events. It is the case for Wardy TV Monday, for example. But in tournaments like Pegastorm Monday or KSL, they do not hold semis. They're always played out at the same time. For our tournaments and for Wardy's event, they do hold semifinals. So it is on a case-by-case basis depending on the tournament. But as a reminder, for our tournaments, we always do hold the semis. But here we go. We're getting into our next matchup. And this morning, in the top right-hand corner of lane lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran representing the Platinum Hero, leading the series 1-0. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. Representing among SC2 people, it is Luna C. Too many Protoss players. It's either I get abused by Protoss or by my Dota team. So what you're saying is you'd rather be abused by multiple people because you're just saying you're just playing Dota. You're You say that I've seen you abuse some Protoss before, Pappy. I've seen it happen. Este débil. SMH. SMH. As we are getting to our second game. Here we go. Again, Lunacy with a spicy build last time with that proxy Dark Shrine was quite successful in his attack, but unfortunately unsuccessful in the defense. So most likely switching gears, Gate Cyber Expand out of Lunacy. Meanwhile, does get across the map to delay the expansion, being as annoying as possible and hoping to force the CC off center. Oh, as we do force down the SCV, does force a bit of inefficient mining here by Nicoract, but the command center is going to be thrown down. So economic opener here from our Terran player, going for his racks into his own command center. So far so good. My cheese doesn't work anymore. You have to call up Miyamika. Call him up. Call Get in touch with the big cat. Learn how to Hydra all in. You'll be fine, Bobby. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Take up the mantle. Someone has to. But now we have our take-up choice going for a Twilight Council opener. So Twilight Council start here by Lunacy. From here going into Blink, from here setting up his gateways. I'm assuming Blink this time, technically we can go for DTs again, but twice in a row typically isn't ideal here in this competitive format. Nicoract is going to be a little more attentive to that sort of thing, and we'll be paying more attention. So we expect something more standard out of Lunacy. Twilight Council is done. Blink is on the way. So we'll see how many gateways. We could see 2 gate Blink, 3 gate Blink, or 4 gate Blink Stalker. Likewise, we could see additional gases at the natural before expanding into a faster Robo, into faster Colossus. There are ways for Lunacy to have different variations here when it comes to his build. As the Adept does get in, will delay the initial starport. Not bad. SCV goes down. Going for the other SCV. Ooh, doesn't quite get it. Shades out, shades away. But the Adept does get a full scout. Does get eyes on the 111. Does get eyes on the lack of add-on here on the factory. We do have additional Widow Mines going up to a triple Widow Mine drop. Potentially even quadruple by the time the medevac does finish. Behind this, 2 more gates on the way. He is going into 4 gate Blink Stalkers. Hyper aggression out of Lunacy. 2 gateways in the natural, 2 gateways in the main. Checking out the Reaper. The Reaper, he does see 3 gates. He does not see the 4th gateway yet. He is not fully aware of what's going on. Not completely. Adepts stay straight into the mineral line. They get 2 short SCVs. And they get 2 workers. Not the best trade here from Lunacy. 2 for 2. 2 Adepts for 2 SCVs. Meanwhile, gateways are finishing up. Prism is on the way, and Lunacy is going to commit. I'll be honest, it's been a while. 4 gate Blink has fallen out of meta. It's fallen out of fashion. Even Max Pax rarely does this build. As Lunacy moves out, Nicoract moves in. He's going for the drop. Triple Widow Mine here into the mineral line. Oh, medevac is going to be shut down. And so far getting 3 probes. Oh, not bad. Takes down another Stalker, and he does confirm all the gateways. He does see all the Stalkers. He does buy some time. Delays the push, and back at home he needs tanks and bunkers. What do we have? 1 bunker at the natural. We have so far 1 tank in the main. More tanks are in production. And we'll see if Nicoract can survive. We'll see if he can hold. And again, Lunacy's push is going to be delayed. He's now moving out. Again, Lunacy can warp in 4 Stalkers at a time. The Prism is here to reinforce, also to give high ground vision. There is no tank on the low ground. Low ground is exposed. 2nd bunker is on the way to make up for that. And it will barely finish in time. Tank does reposition. There we go. Siege up on the low ground. He's ready. He's set up. And Stalkers, they go for the bunker. 1 bunker falls. The other does stand strong. So far, so good. He's holding. Yeah, he's holding on. Nicoract, he does defend. Bearing in mind that Lunacy's 3rd base is delayed. It is a late 3rd base because of all these Stalkers. And And Lunacy's looking for more damage. He needs more. Nicoract, he's got 2 tanks in the main. Just 1 tank. Never mind. He'll rotate to the low ground instead. I appreciate that Nicoract is playing safe as well, going for the turret. Just in case there are any Dark Templar or any stray observers. Likewise, 3rd CC's in production. Viking is on patrol. And Nicoract is secure. Now behind this, Lunacy double expands. He's going for his 3rd base and for his 4th as well. This makes sense, bearing in mind that the 3rd base is late for Lunacy, so double expand does make sense here. He's going for a massive gateway explosion. +1 is on the way, charge is on the way. It looks like he only takes 1 gas at the 3rd base, no gases at the 3rd. Sorry, 1 gas at the natural, no gases at the 3rd. And from here he's going into mass charge lot. Now, typically, we would be calming down when it comes to the gateway explosion, and we'd be going for, say, Bay instead and going for some Colossus alongside charge. But here, Lunacy is going pure gateway man instead. Going pure swarm toss. Going for this swarm toss style. Nicoract breaks out. As he breaks out, a Prism moves in. It is fake, though. Trying to force a distraction, force a reaction. Hallucination goes down. The real Prism here on the right-hand side. But Nicoract, he does break out across the map. As he scans, he sees the massive amount of charge lots, and once he sees Zealots, he backs off. Yeah, he respects it. He respects the Zealots. He wants none of that. Ideally, when it comes to this kind of army composition, you do want to fight out in the open. This army from Lunacy can struggle pushing into siege lines and pushing into bases. That is where Nicoract can thrive with SimCity. Speaking of, bunkers are on the way, deepers are on the way. Nicoract playing it safe. Prism into the natural. And Nicoract not completely in position, has a bunker, has some reinforcements. Nicoract moving in. Tank sitting caught unsieged. Does siege, does pull away. At the same time, Prism into set main base, but there are reinforcements, and Nicoract, he will hold. He will hold, he will defend, he will shut this down. Cleans up all the Zealots. Chases down the War Prism, thankfully has that Viking. Nicoract, he's moving in. Nice force fields, locking down some of the fire. But only some. Tanks do survive. And now without that War Prism, there's nothing keeping Nicoract back at home. He can move out. He can reinforce. Now, before the reinforcements arrive, Lunacy, this is his moment. This is his timing. He's not going for it yet, but he needs to. Again, there's a window. Before these reinforcements arrive, this army is vulnerable. But they are coming. And Lunacy, he's not collapsing in. And Lunacy, it looks like the window has closed. He is missing that window. Nicoract, he has arrived. And now the army is better for it. And now it's going to be that much more difficult for Lunacy to break these tanks. Nicoract, he stims in. Takes down the charge lots. Moving forward. Likewise, he can kite back to the tanks. Tank volleys going off. Zealots, they just get annihilated. And Nicoract is doubling out control. He breaks through all the Zealots, almost every single one. There's 2 Archons left. But I say 2, down to 1. Down to 1 Archon. And Lunacy just cannot hold his own here. Desperately trying to warp in. Tanks, they reposition. Nicoract just rallying across. You see Lunacy trying to peel off, getting across the map. Goes for a massive Zealot counterattack. But this feels a little bit late. Feels too little too late at this point. As Lunacy just cannot deal with the main army. At the same time, he will hit the 3rd. Nicoract, he just evacuates, he abandons the base. And he's going for the kill. Boys are being pulled. Does force a bit of friendly fire, but the main army is going to crumble. Likewise, Lunacy heading towards the natural. There are Winter Mines, though. Winter Mines are set. Nicoract, he's ready for those charge lots. And Nicoract, he loses 2 SCVs. Only 2. And the workers get saved. Lunacy racing back home. And Nicoract, once again, he can reinforce. This time with Ghosts. This time he has EMPs. Taj, they go for the dive. They take down the tanks. Tanks are exposed. They should get all 3 tanks. but it doesn't matter. Not anymore. It's not about the tanks. It's about the man with gun. The Marines, they can stim and they can win. EMP's available as well. Catching up the Archons. Pushing further in. And there's nothing left here. Okay, very slow, methodical push here from Nicoract. GG gets called. He makes his way through, and Nicoract will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Very impressive series there by Nicoract. Game 1 was very close though. Very close, very intense. It could have gone either way. That DT game was crazy. And in the end, Nicoract, he barely came out on top there. He was able to recover. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Shout out to Lunacy for, of course, making that series happen, making that series a reality. I mean, game 1 was still, it was beautiful. Game 1 was beautiful. Game 2, a little bit more one-sided in favor of Nicoract, as it was very secure from almost the beginning. He saw what was coming ahead of time, and now we're getting ready for the upper semis. Let's go. Getting ready for the upper semifinals. It is going to be that TVP between ByuN and Gerald. Let's go. Beautiful. So ByuN and Gerald, they have been patiently waiting this entire time. Vetoes are done. Game 1 is going to be on ley lines. Of course, shout out to Nicoract. Nicoract, he's waiting in the grand finals, waiting for the winner of this very series. Who's it going to be? Let's go. Also, I do apologize for sounding a little bit nasally or a little bit stuffy. I don't know what happened. Like, I feel fine. Copium. I feel fine. I was fine this morning. Again, this is our second broadcast of the day. We were live earlier this morning with Kung Fu Cup. And I was feeling fine, but that's why I put on a robe on top of my robe. To make sure we're okay. Light has been infested. Oh no. I feel fine. Copium. No. But Dash did say earlier that I sound a little bit different today, so I do apologize for that. Do apologize. Hopefully I clear up for tomorrow's broadcast. Fingers crossed. Should be fine for it. Sounds like what an infested would be. Among Us. What do you mean? I'm not the imposter. I'm one of you. Copium. Very sus. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. He brought down Shameless to make it this far. We'll see if we can go even further. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 3. As a reminder, for greater context here, Nicoract. Nicoract is waiting the grand finals for the winner of this very series. Will it be a Terran? Will it be a TVT or a TVP? We're here to find out. We're here to find out, baby. Let's go. Let us go. As for now, double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, delayed CC. Meanwhile, we do see Gerald moving out across the map. He will soon scout, will soon confirm. Of course, a shout out to the Tuna. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Wearing Beats by Dre. Fun fact, that's actually, I believe that is Shura's logo or Shura's initials. The artist. The artist for the logo. For our mascots. Much love to Shura. Much love. Do appreciate it. Oh. So now we do have our initial openers here. Again, there's that faster factory. Gerald, he breaks in, and Gerald, he scouts the factory timing. He knows. Now he knows. He's aware of the later expansion. From here, he will pull away. He will back off. Get the hell out of here. They always say they feel fine. Then they froth at the mouth. Stop biting people at dinner. Not like this. Not like this. Not the imposter. As probes are getting called out. Likewise, behind this, curious to see if we go into initial reactor Reaper Hellion, if we go for the earlier Tech Lab, if we go for the earlier Starport. For now, opening up Double Reaper. Just initially Double Reaper. So very light aggression here from ByuN. He's not committing too hard, but the goal here is to maybe get some economic damage, more importantly to scout and to figure out what exactly is going on. Meanwhile, across the map, Gerald's going for his own Twilight Council. So Twilight Council opener out of Gerald. Whether he opens up 2-gate, 3-gate, or 4-gate Blink Stalkers, yet to be determined. It's going to be on ByuN to figure that out. I mean, technically, this could be DTs. True. Could be Dark Templar. ByuN also has to confirm. So ByuN breaks in. So far, Gerald, he does hold the line. Nice Sim City. Shield battery is done. Gerald does defend. Behind this, ByuN going for his 1-1, going for his 1-1-1 into Widowmine drop play. He already has the one, getting into a second. Getting ready for his drops. As extra gateways are being thrown down, we have 2 gates in the main. We have 1 gateway at the natural, so 3-gate blink from Gerald. So far, very safe play. 3-gate blink. Setting up for a 3rd. Yeah, skipping his gases here, rushing into a faster nexus, so very safe and economic setup here from Gerald. ByuN is moving out to scout to confirm what's going on, as he has yet to piece it all together. Does spot the pylon. And he... Oh, can he get the probe? Can we dip in? Here's the nexus. Probe is going to be shut down. Not before the base is placed. Likewise, we're going to drop into the main. Gerald, he does pull away. Losing 2 workers so far. Just 1 at the 3rd, 1 in the main. And there's 1 shot left. And it's... Oh! Likewise goes off as well. 3 probes. And he saves both Widowmines. Very impressive. Again, the most important part here, ByuN, he saves the Widowmine, so we can always go back in and try to get more shots off at a moment's notice. So Gerald is going to be forced to keep supply pinned back at home. Hellion Reaper has confirmed the builds, going back to the main, going for some probe damage. Not bad, getting 1 more probe. He gets 1, he gets... Oh! Almost 2. But not quite. Just 1 extra worker. From here, ByuN, he is dealt with. Back at home, getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. Stim is on the way. Tanks are amassing as well. With Stalkers, there is potential for a counterattack, but because of the 3rd base, it tells us that there's no War Prism. No Prism. Widowmines, they come back in. Oh no! Oh my god. They get 2 more probes. Another connection. 4 probes in total. Ay, ay, ay. 1 Widowmine will escape. The other will finally go down, but this is brutal damage here. 9 probes in total for a Widowmine. A Hellion and 2 Reapers. Well worth it for ByuN, as he even escapes with another Widowmine. He saves it once again for another drop. Speaking of another drop, we're not done. Auto charge into the natural, getting 2 more probes. Now 6 in total, going for another auto charge. Oh, not quite. Waiting for the probes. Widowmine back in towards the main. ByuN still being active. Stalkers are out on the map. They're just here to contain. They're not designed to move in. So another auto target gets thrown down. This time, Gerald, he reacts in time. Pulls back. Behind this, Gerald's once again not going into Colossus, going into instead Storm instead. Going for the Temple Archives, into Storm, into High Templar. Not Colossus. And now that Sim is finished, ByuN, he can break out. Ooh. Catching a Stalker. Gets 1, gets 2. 2 Stalkers go down. Scout here will pick away at the army. Picking up a couple of Marines. Catching out a couple of Marines. Mine drop back into the main. Getting a probe. Likewise, ByuN does get on top of the third base. He's sieged up. And there's just not enough here. Stealth say try to trickle in. They're going to be targeted down one after the other. Looks like the tank say will go down. Nice target firing here out of Gerald. Good target firing, but it may not matter. As ByuN sims in. Oh! Stealth say warping just in time. Nice defense. Nice hold. Gerald, he's holding. Just barely. Does hold on. Does survive, but it costs him so much here to hold on here. So much to survive. 10 zealots went down. Jeez, throughout the course of this game, with the Widowmine, the Reaper, and the Raven harass, 15 probe kills. That is insane. 15 works as a full. That's basically one entire mineral line. Storm is halfway done, and ByuN he reinforces. He's still moving out. He still commits. Back at home, he has defended. Armor does distract. Storm is not ready. Storm is not ready yet. Gets into the mineral line. Gerald he tries to threaten. Nice mine shot here on the zealots. And ByuN is pushing in. He's breaking this location. Gerald he needs more time. He needs that storm. Storm is ready. And he will have two. We'll have two storms. Nice free split here from ByuN. There are the two storms. That's all there was. That's all that was left. Across the map, zealots they do get 12 SCVs. Not bad. 13 SCVs, but the base survives. The base survives, and I can't say the same for Gerald. As the Nexus does go down. Oh my god, more mine shots going off. Catching out the Stalkers. GG gets called. Gerald, he is broken, and ByuN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. ByuN does take a lead in the series. And we'll see if Gerald can recover. Again, we had some impressive defense out of Gerald when it came to the main pushes, but the problem was the lead up to that. Remember, with the Widowmine harass, the auto turrets, with the Reapers as well, 15 probe kills, that is brutal damage. That does slow Gerald down. That means later saturation, later gateways, less warp-ins, less of an army to work with as well, later tech. It all does impact his setup into the mid-game, and ByuN did overwhelm. Just brutal damage overall early on. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes the lead, and now we are getting into game number 2. Let's go. We'll see if Gerald can bring it back and force the ace match. I want to believe he can. Here. As game 2 is going to be on El Dorado. Interesting. El Dorado, not a map we get to see too often. El Dorado is one of the more quirky maps of the map pool. It does have some unique aspects, specifically when it comes to the base locations. When it comes to how you expand and how you take a third. Do we expand towards each other? Do we expand away? What's the plan? Do we rush into, or do we attempt to take the gold bases? We'll see how greedy our opponents or our players want to be. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of El Dorado, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover and force us to the ace match. And bring us to the ace match, it is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Go. As we are setting up, we are settling in. Whew, okay, and welcome once again. It's been a while, I'll be honest. It's been a couple of days, if not a week, maybe even more than a week actually. I want to say maybe Pigastore Monday. I think that's when we last saw El Dorado here. Again, one of the more quirky maps in the map pool. We do have, of course, these mineral walls you can mine through to gain access towards the southern half of the map, where we have the gold bases, we have the center gold bases, and the southern gold base as well. So there are 3 gold bases in total. And again, we could see scenarios and situations where both players expand towards each other, but in TVP, I feel like it's more standard to expand away from each other and get into a longer game state as a result, to slow the game down, to gain map control, and gain a greater economy, at least from the Protoss side of things. We'll see if Gerald can get there. This is his moment. It's his time. Meanwhile, double gas opener here out of ByuN into that faster factory. Our last game, this led into double Reaper Hellion into Mind Drop, which was very successful when it came to how much damage it dealt over time. Hopefully Gerald is going to be able to have a more secure defense, and he should be able to. One of the big features of this map is the Reaper Cliff. There's no the lack of Reaper Cliff really, as there's no cliff directly into the main, as opposed to on other maps where you can just go straight from the third base into said main base. That is not the case here. To get into the main, you have to go through the natural instead, so it's a little bit less accessible as a base. It is more defensible for the Protoss, or for players in general. So ByuN here does go for the same opener. Once again, double Reaper Hellion. And we'll see if his enemy is successful. Meanwhile, speaking of being greedy, or I should say, speaking of being more defensible here, we are opening up with a Stargate. Bold move. I would say this is a greedy start from Gerald. We typically do preserve or do reserve Stargate play for larger maps instead. Oh, as one Reaper goes down, nice pickoff. Gerald takes down a Reaper. The scout is denied, and ByuN has no idea what's going on. Now, what's scary about Stargate openers is how vulnerable you are as a Protoss. Terran players, they can punish this if they scout this ahead of time. They can be hyper aggressive, hyper assertive, and try to break the Protoss ahead of time. Opening up Oracle or Phoenix does mean that the Protoss player has limited units to defend early on, especially Phoenixes. They can lift up one unit at a time, and if we go for any kind of early stim timing, I mean, things can very quickly snowball out of control. As Phoenixes are on the way, Reaper Hellion rushing into the main, going for the scout, going for the dive. That's all or nothing, and we will confirm the Phoenix. He's aware of the Stargate. So ByuN is aware. It's going to be cleaned up. And this time we won't get much damage. We'll pull away. Here, looking to pull away, goes back in, confirms more Phoenixes. Does force more energy to be spent. Going for a Twilight Council follow-up. Interesting. So we're not going for the traditional opener of Phoenix into Colossus. It is going to be Phoenix most likely into Charge. I say most likely. Blink is not really as viable here, just because Blink Stalkers and Phoenixes, they have the same role. The role would be to deny drop play and to catch out these drops, to catch out these air units. With Phoenixes kind of taking that role here in this game, we should be seeing Charge instead. Should be, as it is usually one or the other. Now there, we're calming down. When you see ByuN is setting up and taking this very seriously back at home and going for his own Viking into additional Cyclones as well. Very secure here in his main. Meanwhile, how many Phoenixes? What, one? Well, now this makes more sense. I did notice Blink. I did notice Blink on the way, and I was like, huh. I mean, this is very much so out of left field, but now it makes more sense. This is a fake out. Stargate opener into a single Phoenix. It's not like another was killed earlier, so only one Phoenix, then a hard switch into Blink Stalker, and a hard switch into Templar Archives. So very cheeky build here. Now, this does mean that Blink is late. Blink is delayed compared to a standard build, but again, he is forcing a big reaction. As we were pointing out earlier, we have Mass Marine, we have Cyclone, we have Viking. We can see that ByuN, he is terrified. He is ready in the main base for Phoenix harassal, for Oracles, but there is none of the sort. Again, only one Phoenix. So cheeky build here by Gerald, very cheeky. Storm is already on the way. Again, we are rushing into tech, rushing into Storm. Third base is already saturated. Gerald is being greedy, and so far, Gerald, he's getting away with it. Ooh, ByuN being somewhat active. Does flirt with the idea of moving out, but doesn't commit. ByuN, he pulls away. Gerald setting up in the center. Oh no, Gerald! What? He just took down the caracal. Oh no. He took that, that was just a random bird. Gerald, calm down. Oh! You know, Blink is revealed. Massive moment here. Blink is revealed. Go pushing to the center, catching on the medevac. He gets one. Nice pickup. One medevac goes down. Likewise, Storm is about to wrap up as well. ByuN, he now realizes that he has been bamboozled. That's, again, he was getting ready for aggression that wasn't really coming his way. So there are no Phoenixes. Now pushing out. Nice lock-ons. Lock-ons are broken. Oh, God, God. ByuN, calm down. Ay, ay, ay. Lock-on gets broken and ByuN, he kills his own Cyclone. Nice blink, takes down the final Cyclone. Sure, Gerald's thinking, like, hold up, weren't there two of them? What happened? Don't worry about it. As Gerald, he does blink away, does escape. Behind this on full 3-way saturation. ByuN, he's ruthless, man. He's ruthless. You failed to kill a unit, and he kills you. As ByuN is establishing his third base on location, likewise Gerald getting his fourth, building up into the mid game. Honestly, Gerald not looking too bad. He's looking pretty solid here. Getting into the mid game, Storm has been done for quite some time. He has plenty of engine on these High Templar. ByuN, his initial move out was deflected, and now Gerald's looking to diversify his splash damage. We have the Robo on the way. This should be for the Bay. This should be for eventually Colossus. The shot gets spotted. Gerald, he takes out the Viking, does spot the drop. Gerald's moving in. Oh! And can he keep up with that medevac? It's going to be close. Doesn't quite get it though. It doesn't quite catch the medevacs. As ByuN, he does boost away. Does make it back home. Likewise, nice storm here on the Bayou. Extra storms as well. A little bit trigger happy. But regardless, Gerald, he's not punished. He pulls away. So the run is attempted, but ByuN is in position. So far, ByuN is keeping up. Likewise, behind this, taking him into Ghost. 4 CCs on the way. Building up his Bayou army. Now, my biggest concern here for Gerald is his lack of additional splash damage. He's heavily reliant on these storms. Heavily reliant, and the Bay is just now on the way. Remember, Colossus production has been delayed here. It was a later Robo, later Bay. Now we have the second Robo as well. There's a big window here where Gerald, he really only has this army, and I'm concerned. Yeah, ByuN stems in. As the first, as the second storm, he doesn't care, he just goes through. And how many storms are left? Right now with the main army, 0. Dustin forward, we have 3 High Templar warping in. There's 1 storm available. And more High Templar do respond. They do react. And again, these storms, they have to connect. Likewise, has to avoid those EMPs. He goes off. Next with the Prism. Center base does get denied. Gerald will lose his 5th. Likewise, ByuN rotates around. Trying to catch the mineral line. Gets 2 probes. Gets 2 workers. It's still, what, 7 High Templar. Gerald is keeping up. Threads with the storm. Disruptor first. Oh my god. Disruptor first. He's crazy. Okay. Going Disruptor first. Bearing in mind there's only 2 Vikings. At least for now. Yeah, making 2 Disruptors at a time. As both armies are maxing out. Storm does zone. Storm zones away. ByuN looking for the High Templar. Comes in, lands 1 EMP. He gets 1, he gets 2. Another EMP lands. Force the Archon. Storm zones away. But now just zoning. Gerald comes over behind. Yeah, nice catch here. Zelse collapse in. Massive storm on the army. Ghosts are falling, and Gerald will catch ByuN. Does get an EMP towards the end. But ByuN does for the most part slip away. We have some decent storms, a decent surround. But ByuN maintains the army. And the Novas have not been connecting. Still very tense. Still very close. How many High Templar left? 2. Oh, down to 2 High Templar. And that's all there is. 2 High Templar, 2 Disruptors. One is on cooldown. Gerald chasing this back. Still no extra High Templar Warpins. Still only 2. He's on 93 probes. Let's go. Oh, forced to respond to this. Bit of an awkward setup here from Gerald. Marshall goes off on the Disruptors. He gets one, he gets 2. Big overextension. 2 Disruptors go down. Massive pickoffs. Bearing in mind there is 0 Colossus. ByuN dropping into the main. The army zoned away. Trying to force his way through that choke point. He cannot get through. Gerald's out of position. He can't get through this. There he goes off. Oh no! Oh my god, massive connection. Nicely done. Ghost going down as well. Gerald catching up ByuN. Brutal mind shots though. Those are brutal connections. Mind's A pop off. Gerald he double expands. Takes the 5th and the 6th base. Takes more expansions. Still going Mass Disruptor. Liberation is on the horizon. ByuN taking up. Going for Liberators, getting into 3-3. Gerald's looking for another way in. He has 3 Eye Templar. Nice Mind, nice Nova. 5 SCVs. 2 more Novas going up. Oh, 1 connects. Oh, that's not quite worth it. They're losing 3 Disruptors. Gerald here overextends. Storm pops up. Remember, these are only 3 High Templar. Getting on top of the base at the same time. Massive counterattack. 13 probes go down. Nice Storm. Storms do save the base. That's still going to be 14 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. That's a full mineral line. ByuN force pick up. Dropping into the main. Oof. Is deflected. Full mineral goes down. Gerald, he's holding on. He's keeping up. Still massing more Disruptors. When I say more, though, he's getting up to 3. At this point, Gerald, he needs another robo. He's only making 2 Disruptors at a time, especially because of how quickly he's losing them. He needs a 3rd robo. He has a bank, but the production is hindering him. Likewise, he could try to throw down a Stargate and get a Mothership. Could try to. EMPs, they do connect. Oh! Oh my god, Massive Nova! Takes down 3 of the Ghosts. Very nice Nova. Same time, ByuN does force a cancel. Denies the base. It's the expansion. Gerald's down to 3 Disruptors. Again, Gerald has never been able to build up a Disruptor count. Always bleeding them out. Always trading. Now the EMP takes down the Archon, takes down the Immortal. Novas go off. Just earning. Just gonna be zoning. Oh, nice EMPs. Nice splits there against the Novas. Storms, they do connect. Yeah, very nice. Oh my god, the Storms. The Storms do well. Some solid Storms. Likewise, Nova does graze the army. At the same time, mining at the gold base is denied. Nice couple of moments here for Gerald. But the biggest concern in my mind here is going to be the liberation zones. As we're making 4 Liberators at a time, there is a decent Stalker count, but is it going to be enough? But now rotating over, denying the expansion. Is that a kill? I think that was a kill, not a cancel, not bad. CC goes down. Massive DT counterattack, but oh my god. Never goes off. Sorry, Mind Shot goes off, I meant to say. Likewise, EP's on the main army. Another Ghost goes down. Gerald's unable to punish this chase. Leading out a lot of Disruptors. Disruptors pulling one after the other. EPs are brutal, and Gerald, he cannot take this fight. Oh, coming in for the flank though. Zolse arrived just in time. DT's coming in as well. Not bad. Catching out all the ghosts. Every ghost goes down. Massive pickoff. Gerald takes the fight. Does barely take it. Once again, not quite able to go for the mineral line. Liberation has arrived. We spoke about this. Here come the mass liberators. Well, base being's underway. It does get one liberator. A couple of Novas go off. Disruptor gets that behind. Some rough trades there from Gerald. Meanwhile, does go in for a dive as well. Catching up all lives. One, getting two. Almost three. Takes down two liberators. Gets a third as well. Trading at Stalkers. Remember, Gerald, he has a bank. He can afford these trades. He can afford to trade somewhat inefficiently. It's not clean, but it's getting the job done. As we do have the Storm drops coming in. Or the Storm Harass. Now Gerald, he does distract. Now it's going off. Mineral line is getting saturated. Oh. Quite able to break through. Likewise, liberation across the map. Army moves in. We have the flanking storms. Oh, not bad. Yeah, oh my god, he stands in the storms. Clem. Storm pops off. Meanwhile, 13 pro kills. Ay, ay, ay. This one liberator with 11 kills on its own. Solito. Meanwhile, Gerald taking every other base on the map. Taking the center of the southern gold base. It's going off. Gets a ghost. More Novas as well. Yeah, a bit of a panic Nova. A lot of ghosts do go down. That's bit towards the end. Gerald's bleeding out 4 disruptors. Yeah, messy fight and messy engage. Liberators, they trade well. Gerald collapsing in. Still no mining. Gerald's rotating over. Hoping to catch out those ghosts. Speaking of, oh my god. Once again, brutal connections. Catching out so many ghosts. That was how many? 4. 4 ghosts go down. Gerald, he can handle his balls. He's crazy. ByuN taking them to the face. As Gerald, he does pull out. Does rotate, takes out a CC. Gets one. DTs do collapse in. Oh, but he does run out of disruptors. It does run out, has to pull out, has to get out of here, getting surrounded. Uh-oh. Gerald bleeding out a lot of units. Does crumble in supply. And he's still on 2 robos, by the way. This is still bothering me. Still only on 2 robos. He's crazy. Get a 3rd robo back. Ay, ay, ay. Again, Gerald, he takes so long to remax. His production is hurting him. He has 10k minerals in the bank. How many gateways is he on? 11. Yeah, only 11 gateways as well. That's not enough gates. That's not enough gates. Need more gateways, more robos. Likewise, Liberation does pop up. Catching out 12 more workers. But it does connect. Cage is having in the center, towards the south side as well. Bases are going to be falling. And Gerald, he is still having a very hard time spending his money. Again, you can only warp in 10 gateway units at a time. That's not a lot. Another base is going to be falling. I say 10, 11 gateway units at a time. Likewise, random Void Ray. The token Void Ray, let's go. Let's go. She does save one of his expansions at least. Ooh. Zoo punish. Army comes from behind. Ah, yeah, bleeding out 2 more disruptors. We can't afford to lose them, not like this. But does get us around. And more liberators going down. A messy fight, messy engage. Ah, there's just so much liberation though. And again, there's just no good answer to this. Not yet. Army forced a recall to the south side. Army does recall. Gerald was expecting a rotation. Uh-oh. Disruptors, they get called out. Massive pickoffs. 2 more disruptors. Like, Gerald, he's so, like, locked into these engagements, to these fights. Oh, massive EMPs! EMPs, they shut down the High Templar. 0 storms. Forcing out the Archons. Ooh, bit of friendly fire. But because of this, he hasn't found the time to actually deal with the production issue that he has, which is hurting him more than anything. Like, Gerald would otherwise be maxed out. He's missing 40 supply because of that. But he just can't spend his money. He just can't spend his money. Nova Zone connect. ByuN moving in. Now there's rocks. Taking over the high ground, knocking down more towers as well. Ooh, stoning away those disruptors. The army's trapped. Not like this. And with that, disruptors are falling one after the other. Yeah, ByuN is breaking through. This is just far too much, far too chaotic here. Gerald, he was holding his own. And again, Gerald, he has a massive bank, but he just can't do it. He can't spend his money. Not fast enough. ByuN is pushing through. As rocks get knocked down. ByuN is still maxed out. Now, a lot of that supply are in Liberators, and they're elsewhere. Not with the main force. Snipes going up. Gerald's still down heavily here in supply. ByuN taking another expansion. Taking another base. Nice counterattack though. Gerald's going for the center bases. That does force a reaction. At least it should. As Gerald, he's finally maxing out. He's getting there. Takes down a CC. Nice pushing in. Yeah, 3 orbitals do fall. That's catching one more lib. One more liberator. Oof. I'm bleeding out disruptions in the process. Still brutal trades. But Gerald, he's holding his own. I mean, some of these fights could have been so much better here and cleaner for Gerald if he was able to build up a larger army. Regardless, still holding his own. He has burned through most of his bank though. That is a concern. What was once a 10k mineral bank, now down to less than sub 5. So he's been burning through his minerals. Quite heavily, actually. Meanwhile, retaking those southern bases. ByuN fighting for the center. Oh. And Gerald, he does collapse in. Takes down 3 liberators, not bad. Zolse chase down the ghost, getting 3. He wants to almost the rest of the ghosts, almost. Doesn't quite commit. Gerald, he takes over the center. At the same time, ByuN moving through. Taking out 17 probes. But Gerald does chase him down. At the same time, bottom left also going to be falling. Trading a base for a base. Yeah, one Nexus falls for an orbital. Banks are evening up. Geez, that's a lot of disruptors. We finally gotten there. We have 9 disruptors. Will they connect though? That's a lot of Novas. That's a lot of balls. Likewise has to move through this freedom zone. Freedom field even. That's a lot of liberation. Security has to make a choice here. Does he collapse in? Does he respond? Where are we headed? Does go up. He gets scanned, he gets spotted. Oh, has that some more probes going down. And once again we trade another base. So Southern Nexus falls. But he will clean up these ghosts. This time there's no way out of this. Yeah, massive catch. Ghosts are going down. Medevacs as well. Orbital will burn. So that was a bit of a more expensive loss for ByuN. But Gerald, he has to retake one of these bases. He needs an expansion. Now moving in. Oh. It's a lot of EMPs. Gerald, he rotates. ByuN taking a fresh mining base. Gerald, he can't allow this to get up and running. But I'm not so sure he can stop it. Oh, Ghost moving in. Nice EMP. Reinforcements hit the center base. Gerald, he has to respond to this. And as he responds, that may be a cancel. Oh. Yeah, it does cancel, does get away. Again, that was only 3 Marauders, by the way. 3 Marauders distracted the army, and that allows ByuN to get this base to secure this expansion. And potentially get another. And again, Gerald, he has to stop this. Not bad, takes out a mineral line. Mineral line goes down, drop comes back in. Oof. Likewise, ByuN getting another expansion. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand here. As ByuN, he is double expanding. Getting 2 bases. At least this one isn't fresh. This one, Gerald did mine decently off of. Gerald is trying to respond. ByuN securing more bases. And again, there was once a time when Gerald, his bank eclipsed out of ByuN. Not anymore. I does have some Sky Toss on the way. Better late than never. Gerald, he's building up some Tempest. Almost begrudgingly, as he's finally being forced into it. Takes down the Liberator. Punishing the CC. Oh. Takes down one of the libs. No, shout out to the Void Ray. Getting 1 planetary. On its own. On its own. Let's go. Looking for Liam Pete. As we have, how many Tempests so far? 3. So 3 Tempests so far. We have a 4th Tempest on the way. And again, Tempests are a secure way to deal with these Liberators. The problem here is that it does feel like a very late transition for Gerald. And even though he's getting the Tempest finally, like, ByuN now he has 2 mining bases, right? Like 2 fresh bases that he has secured. ByuN, for the first time in a long time, has a larger mineral bank than his opponent. Tempest now moving in, they get spotted. Oh, Nova's going up. Disruptors overextend. Massive connection. All massive losses here as 4 Novas go down. 4 Disruptors go down. Yeah, Sims on in. Taking down more Disruptors. And ByuN commits. Well, 6 Disruptors going down. Brutal Storms, though. Storms do punish. Gerald does plummet in supply. That was 9 Disruptors going down. Oof. 9 Disruptors. For what? For 6 Marauders. So very efficient trade there for ByuN. Lost 1 Ghost in that fight. Now moving in. More EMPs. How to go to the Storms. Brutal EMP though. And there's maybe 1 Storm left. Tempest is trading well. Do punish the mineral line. Gerald needs time to rebuild. Same time, Lura denies mining across the map. Vikings, they go for the dive. They get 1. Takes out 1 Tempest. ByuN stems in. Where there's Novas. So far, better CranKy. Vikings are falling. Not bad. Yeah, Vikings are going to be shut down. 3 Vikings left. Very tense fight. But again, that was more Archons going down, more Zealots going down as well. Planetary does fall. Gerald, he needs this space. And ByuN, he does abandon that position. He's like, he just gives up. He will lose this space and is going for the other instead. Going for the base trade. Loses 1, but claims another. Gerald's out of position. He has to keep going. Has to keep pushing. It's like, okay, you might kill an Nexus, but you know what? I'll kill 2 bases. Has to keep going. ByuN is turning around. He's turning back around. Let's get the planetary. ByuN, he gets back home in time. Gerald, he doesn't keep pushing. The space is still up and running. And that's more than I can say for Gerald. Gerald, he's out of a bank. Gerald, he has no mining. This is it. This is his economy. Nothing top right, nothing in the center. This is the only mining that Gerald has. He needs a space. And ByuN takes the northern expansion. I mean, Gerald, he needs either one, right? He needs either the southern base or the northern one. Whichever he can get. He's rallying into the Liberator. But again, at this point, we're mining out. Oh, nice Novas. Catch out some of the ghosts. That was what, 3? 4. That was 4 ghosts going down. Revelation popping off. Tempest always as well. Oh, brutal EMPs. Oh my god, catching out all the High Templar! 0 storms. And now he commits to the fight. Vikings, they shut down the Tempest, and Gerald, he will lose everything here. Yeah, he gets caught out. 0 storms, the Tempest do fall. And ByuN, he's done it. He can land the Vikings. GG gets called. ByuN, he will overwhelm, and ByuN will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Gerald taking it to the late game here to ByuN was an intense back and forth. Definitely some strong moments for Gerald, but unfortunately we saw that once Gerald lost control of the southern half of the map, or I should say, when he lost control of the southern half of the map, that was when he could not spend his money. Gerald, he was stuck on 11 gateways and stuck on 2 robos, and we saw that once one fight went poorly for Gerald, he had a really hard time remaxing, and it was during that period where he lost the southern nexus, the gold base, and the base on ByuN's half of the map as well. He lost both those bases and he could not recover from that. He could not replace, or he could not retake those bases, and a big part of that I feel like was because he couldn't actually remax in time to actually contest against the army of ByuN. He was just getting bullied. Like, it was a really chaotic game state. I thought it was going to die then and there. In the end, Gerald did recover, but he never was able to retake those bases. ByuN was perpetually ahead when it came to the economy, and Gerald had a really hard time maintaining that. GG well played. Was very close, very intense, very clutch. Shout out to Gerald for making a series out of that, of course, or for making ByuN work for it, I should say. GG well played. And with that, ByuN does advance on to face off against Nicoract in the grand finals. Let's go. It is going to be that TVT best of 5, and before we get there, we have something special. It's raffle time. Let's go. It is going to be raffle time here as we head on over and we catch up on the raffle itself. For those that are curious, raffle time, what's going on, what's happening? Well, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we do actually host a raffle every single Sparkling Tuna Cup. So every single week for our tournaments, we do have the Tuna Cup, we do have the raffle. This is a random participation raffle. Basically, everyone that played has an equal chance to walk away with 5 USD. Nothing crazy, nothing major, nothing too insane, but it's just a way for us to spread the love. Just a way for us to spread the love, to spread the support, and to spread the prize money out, not just to the top players, but also to some of the competitors as well. I mean, to be fair, again, ByuN or Nicoract, the 2 top finalists, they can also earn this random raffle as well. Could go to anyone. So we do roll the dice and set things up. Okay. So this week we had 23 eligible players here for this week's random raffle. Again, a lot of players, a lot of competitors, a lot of signups here. So thank you so much for all those that did get involved and that did take part. And this week, the champion. This week, congratulations, because the random raffle winner is, Sebestis. GG, well played, Sebestis, the Protoss player from Czechia. On Team Roddy, I believe, does walk away with 5 USD. Congratulations, Sebestis. He doesn't actually play in too many online tournaments, but of course is a well-known player regardless, and he has been more active as of late. I want to say, like, for the past 3 weeks. For the past 3-4 weeks, he has been more active. He has been competing and playing in more tournaments. Sebestis, hold on. I believe he went down in the first round to Rebellion, right? Yeah. He went down to Rebellion in that first round. It did go all the way to the ace match. I remember that was a big upset, I would say, where Rebellion was able to bring him down. But regardless, GG, well played, and shout out to Sebestis for walking away 5 USD richer. Congratulations. Congratulations, Pappy. Likewise, we had our runner-ups. We had Tyr, we had Hatsu, Ateshi, Lunacy, and SW Pro. Does it mean anything? Not really. It's but we do have the runner-ups listed there as well. Do you have them? As with that, we are getting ready here for the grand finals. Vetoes are done, and we are jumping into, oh my god, that best of 5. Game 1 is going to be on ley lines. Oh, I need a moment. Okay, the team logo might be looking a little bit wonky, but we got there. But it'll be good for game number 2. But here we go. We're jumping into that final series, into the grand finals here, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 5 grand finals. Also on top of that, if you want to support this tournament, you can do so a couple different ways. Patreon in the chat, and you will get a link to our Patreon page here. Again, our Patreon does fund our tournaments, our monthlies like Sea Duckling Open and Masters 1 Open, and it also funds our weeklies like Sparkling Tuna Cup. So this event is completely funded by the people for the people. So thank you so much, all the patrons we do have out there, as 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards the players. We don't take any of it. It all goes towards the prize pool of these tournaments. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for supporting StarCraft and supporting the players as well, and supporting the scene. Thank you. Thank you. If you wish, you can also support this event via Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat. Matcherino is where all the payouts do occur for the tournament. So if you want to help support and fund this tournament specifically, you can do so via Matcherino as well. So you do have those two avenues here to support our events. Otherwise, we're jumping into the finals. Let's go. Otherwise, we are jumping on in. We do have additional openers, economic opener out of ByuN. We have a more aggressive opener out of Nicoract. So double gas opener from our red Terran player. We have a Rax expand out of ByuN. So ByuN is being more economic. ByuN is going to be the defender. Nicoract will be the aggressor. Let's go. ByuN versus the ByuN Slayer. Yes, the ByuN Slayer, papi. Let's go. Let's go. For those that are curious, Nicoract, there is a history between Nicoract and ByuN, where Nicoract, he was at times the one and only reliable person to defeat ByuN in OSC King of the Hill. This is true. I would say this is, I want to say this was back in like 2022, 2023 era of StarCraft. So, again, quite some time ago at this point, but yes, that was the case. Now he's here, now he's back. Nowadays, I would say that Nicoract's strongest matchup is TVP. I would say that that is currently his strongest matchup. For a time, I would have claimed Nicoract to be a TVT sniper, but Terran vs. Protoss seems to be Nicoract's kind of wheelhouse. That seems to be his bread and butter. In recent times, Nicoract has defeated MaxPax and Hero to show how strong and terrifying his Terran vs. Protoss can be, of course. Nicoract, he's a beast against Protoss. He's not too bad against Terran either, but we'll see how he compares to ByuN in current modern StarCraft. Let's go. As Nicoract, he does look to poke out. Behind this, we do see again, ByuN is a defender. He sets up his bunker, setting up defensively back at home. We do see that Nicoract, he does have map control so far. He does rally across the map with additional waves of Reaper Hellion. And he could try to race past the bunker into the mineral line, but it's not going to be easy here. As yeah, he's going past. Oh, and he's gonna commit past. Takes out one of the Hellions, trades 1 for 1. Goes to the mineral line, but he will not get them. Yeah, as the Reapers are so insanely low here. Yeah, Reapers are focused down, and the aggression is failing here for Nicoract. As the trades to conclude, takes down one final Marine, does get the hell out of here. In the end, Nicoract, he trades out 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions for 1 Reaper, 1 Hellion, and 3 Marines. Again, ideally that dive wanted to get worker damage, and it didn't. The workers did survive. Cyclone shuts down the Reaper, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he does hold, he does defend. Behind this, Nicoract getting to his own tank Raven production. Do have interference matrix being researched into a standard follow-up. So a standard setup here from Nicoract. ByuN likewise doing the same. Does do the same here. So now our players are setting up. ByuN rushing to a faster 3rd CC, so faster economy here. Faster economy, starport also on the way. Oh, 2-port, 2 base all in. It's been a while. Let's go. Okay, so Nicoract, he's going to be hitting. So the purpose of this build here is to go into mass Viking production, is to rush and to claim air control, and then to commit. With said air control, you can go into a Liberator to further that, to take advantage of that air control and take advantage of the ground as well. By dominating the skies, you can dominate the ground with those Liberators. So there should be a 2 base all in. Scan does not see everything, does see the 111, does spot the Vikings, but does not see the natural. So ByuN, he still only sees a piece of the puzzle here. Remember, ByuN did go for a faster 3rd CC. ByuN being a little bit more greedy. And we'll see if he gets punished. As he is gearing up. is setting up. Likewise, Nicoract, he does move out. And it all comes down to this. Again, as you mentioned, 2 port, 2 base all in. The combination of this leads into that one Liberator with that air control. Nicoract, he will soon pull the trigger. He will soon send it across the map. He is going for a delayed third TC, so he is going to be expanding behind this. But again, this is very committed from Nicoract, and we'll see what he can get done. As we go, with the arrival of Liberator, he moves out with everything. Now, checking the army tab here, he is up in Vikings. He is even on tanks, even on Ravens, and even on Marines. But he's down heavily in SCVs. For now, catching up the Cyclone. Does try to bait him out. Ooh. There we go. Shuts down the Cyclone, moving in. So far, ByuN has the high ground. His tanks are in position. ByuN has him. As the Liberator does try to bully back, forcing the unsiege. ByuN does shoot first. Nice disable. We'll take down the tank. The Liberator moves in. So far, Nicoract protecting well. Again, Nicoract gaining more ground. Has to move forward. Moving in, trading with the army. Oh. Pushing forward. The disables from behind. Oh, he's crazy. The boys are being pulled, and ByuN, he will break out. Only one tank left over, and the tank is going to fall. ByuN, he will completely shut this down. The flanking disables. He was crazy. And he will break through. He will break through. There's what? 2 tanks remaining. Vikings, they can just land. They will clean up every single tank. Even catching me off guard. Now, it does cost ByuN 14 SCVs. It does cost him a lot of workers there. That was everything that Nicoract had. Just now expanding. Just now breaks out. ByuN, he counterattacks. ByuN has a massive army supply lead. Again, ByuN, he has 5 tanks to the one of his opponent. Still has his 2 Ravens. 1 disable is all that ByuN needs. And even then, he doesn't need to. There's that disable. Stims up the ramp. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. Whew. GG. ByuN does take a lead in the series. Again, a very impressive breakout there from ByuN, coming in from behind with those Ravens, going for the mass disable on those tanks as well. The purpose of all those Vikings was to zone the Ravens away, but alas, Nicoract, he was caught with his pants down. He was out of position. He missed the Raven rotation. GG. GG, well played with that. ByuN does take the first game, but now we are getting ready for game numero 2. Let's go. This game 2 is going to be on Amygdala. It's going to be on Amygdala here, and we'll see if Nicoract can bring it back. We'll see if ByuN will clean things up. I mean, still best of 5, of course. And we are going to be loading into a much larger map. So when it comes to these aggressive builds, again, it was like borderline 2 base all in from Nicoract. We would not expect to see that here on Amygdala. Amygdala is a much larger map. It is also more easier to scout move outs and to confirm all-ins, just because the attack paths are very limited on this map. So we'll expect to see something different instead. As here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have our red Terran player. We have our red Terran down in the series, but it's a best of 5. Might be plenty of games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. Representing the Platinum Heroes, we'll see if we can bring it back and make a series out of this. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, himself, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0, going for the proxy 2 racks. It is ByuN. Let's go. Of course, it's ByuN we're casting. Of course, it's going to be a proxy 2 racks. Of course, Pappy, of course. Now, Nicoract, what do we open with? The initial Raxes are being thrown down for ByuN outside of the main. ByuN, he's hoping that Nicoract goes for an economic build. Remember what we mentioned though about this map. It is a larger map, it is a macro map. Because of that, there's a higher chance for Nicoract to open up economically, and I'm concerned that that's what's happening. Yeah, the SCV moves down to low ground. Nicoract, he is actually moving out for a scout. Okay, not what I was expecting. Does move out for a scout. SCV scouts are a rare sight in this matchup, but Nicoract, he is going to be skipping that second gas. He's going for a faster CC. So this is lining up for ByuN. This is ideal for, now this is not a build or a win, but this is better for the proxying player. The reason for this is because the factory is delayed for Nicoract. If we went double gas, it'd be a faster factory. Here instead it's going to be a delayed factory and a faster CC, and the CC will not help in the defense. Nicoract, he will poke up the ramp. He will confirm the Rax is missing. He knows. Now he knows. Now he should be aware. The Raxes are nowhere to be found. The Reapers are on the way. And Nicoract has to be ready to pre-pull the boys. Now, the game will end if Nicoract loses the Reaper. He cannot afford to lose this Reaper. As Reaper pokes out, ByuN shoots first. ByuN, he does shoot first, and the Reaper is, it's gonna go down. There's no escaping this. Oh no, the Reaper, GG gets caught. You can't lose the first Reaper, and ByuN will take a lead in the series 2-0. A brutal moment there. Again, there's so little room for error. There's so little room for error when you're in that kind of position, when you're in that kind of game state. Losing that first Reaper is game. That's game then there. You cannot afford to lose it. Unfortunately, it looked like he was looking, the reason why he moved out with the Reaper was I think he was looking for the proxy. He was looking for ByuN, and he got caught. He got caught out, and with that, Nicoract, he was overwhelmed. And now we're getting into game number 3. Jumping into game 3 here. Whew. And I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for a longer series here, but the pressure is on. Is it Nicoract's turn to proxy? Maybe. As we are getting into our next game, we're getting into game number 3 here, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes down heavily in the series. We'll see if he can bring it back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. I want to believe so. I want to believe so. Here we go. It is Nicoract. Oh, it's his turn. Let's go. It's his turn. As he does send his SCVs across the map, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, getting proxied, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. The 2x Reaper is upon us. The turns have tabled. It is time for ByuN to be the defender. Let's go. Now, first things first, 2x Reaper. So it is going to be the same build that ByuN just did on the previous map. Now, the hope for Nicoract is that ByuN is going to be greedy here. The hope is that ByuN is going to go for a delayed second gas geyser and going for a faster CC. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening. So we have almost the exact mirrored setup here. So Nicoract, proxy 2x, ByuN, Rax, expand, delayed factory. So, and also going for the SCV scout. So just like the last game, ByuN cannot afford to lose the first Reaper. If the first Reaper dies, that's game. Just like we saw previously, Nicoract has to tap out as he lost the first Reaper. Likewise, ByuN, he cannot afford to lose the first Reaper either. Likewise, he does go for the SCV scouts, and upon seeing this, ByuN should recognize that there's a proxy going on, that there's some cheese, and he should be careful and more defensive and safer with said Reaper. He should move out with it. SCV does confirm. Both gases, no racks. ByuN, you can see the rally, playing it safe. There we go. Yep, safety. Bunker's already, he reads as well. He reads as well. He does cancel the CC. He doesn't commit. It didn't even start it. Bunkers are on the way. And it's a proxy 3. Oh, it's even more committed. Proxy 3x Reaper here. Bunkers are in production. ByuN shoots first. Oh, yeah, ByuN does shoot first there. Aye. Factory's on the way. And bunkers, they will finish. Again, a very strong reaction out of ByuN. Yeah, bunkers are done. They protect the ramp. They protect the cliff face. Nicoract, he rotates. So does ByuN. Second bunker is complete. And this is looking dire here for Nicoract. ByuN, he starts his CC on the high ground. Does start the command center. Now, Nicoract, he can try to rush past this. Like, with enough Reapers, he could try to just rush past the bunkers and get into the mineral line. It is possible. He could try to commit. As he will have an abundance of Reapers. Yep, there we go. Does go off the ramp. He does commit past. He does race on past. Doesn't lose a Reaper. He gets 5 Reapers behind the mineral line. Boys are being pulled to lock this down. Yeah, gets 1. Takes down 1 Reaper. Meanwhile, 1 Marine gets into the bunker. Hellion has arrived and he's gonna lock this down. He's gonna clean this up completely here. He gets a full surround. GG gets called. And ByuN will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations here to ByuN to claim the series here. A very intense series, very intense back and forth. I mean, again, especially game 1, game 2, and game 3. Very, very fast games. It's game 2 and game 3. Very chaotic, very intense. But GG. GG, well played. I just messaged ByuN. ByuN said, I was lucky, Pappy. I was lucky. GG, well played. ByuN, he will claim the series. Again, he had a very, I would say, rocky road coming into the tournament and coming into the finals. If you missed out on some of the previous matches, I do recommend the VODs. Catching up on the broadcast here, ByuN, he did start his road off taking down SW Pro, taking down Rebellion. I do want to give some credit here, and I do want to emphasize the semifinals as well. Even though it was a 2-0 in favor of ByuN, again, Gerald, he played very well. He played very well, especially the game on El Dorado. Like, El Dorado, we got into the late game. I mean, the players were mining out. They were mining out. It was very close, very intense. In the end, Gerald's, he was overwhelmed, of course, and ByuN did overcome, but that was still a very, very intense and very close matchup regardless. So if you missed out on some of the VODs, I do recommend them. Likewise, Nicoract also had a beautiful performance as well, taking down Gunner, Strange, and Luna C, relying on his Terran versus Protoss. Nicoract, he relied on his Terran versus Protoss the entire way to the finals. I mentioned before that I do rate Nicoract's TVP very highly. I do think that it's his best matchup, his strongest matchup, and he can threaten even some of the best Protoss players out there in the world. I mentioned before that we have seen Nicoract take down players like Hero and Max Pax in the past, so any Protoss player out there can be threatened by Nicoract. But it was a TVT finals, and there in those finals, ByuN, he was able to come out on top. Regardless, congratulations to our 2 players. And I want to say that Nicoract, he hasn't made it to the finals in quite some time. Like, this was a very strong performance here by Nicoract. A performance that I wasn't quite expecting. Just double checking the our tournament results here. Yeah, the last time Nicoract made it to the finals was in 2024. All the way back in 2024, where he came 2nd place to Young Yakov. So it's been a long time. It's been a very long time since Nicoract has made it to the finals. So very impressive performance, very impressive results. So GG, well played here to Nicoract. Does fall to ByuN, but ByuN, you know, he is the #1 seed for a reason, and he is, you know, one of the stronger players in the world. So never an easy opponent to try to face off against. So big shout out to Nicoract, and with that, congratulations to our top players here. And again, if you want to help support the tournament, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, and you will get a link to our Patreon page. You can see our current goal under the bracket. Actually, hold on, I'll bring us to a different scene. You can see the current goal under Nicoract's name. We do currently earn 551 USD a month. Again, 100% of that money goes towards the prize money, goes towards our tournaments. And you can see our next goal is at 500 USD. That is to boost the prize pool for Sparkling Tuna Cup specifically even further. So if you want to help us boost the prize pool for this tournament, for this weekly, you can do so via Patreon. As again, that is on a monthly basis. So again, thank you so much to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for all the support that we gain. Again, through Patreon, you can gain benefits like replay packs, and also we do add your name to our credits during breaks and at the end of the stream as well. So thank you. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. I know that today is very busy because, hey, in half an hour, you know what's going on. ByuN's 2v2 circuits. I was a little bit concerned looking at the time, but ByuN's 2v2 circuit is about to begin, and of course we are not going to be casting it. I mean, we're going to be casting via replays on a later day, but we are going to be covering it via, or we're going to be working behind the scenes, we're going to be adminning. So I was a little bit concerned, but yes, in half an hour the 2v2 tournament is going to be live, and we will be adminning and running it behind the scenes. If you have a friend, if you have a partner out there that you want to jump into a tournament with, then consider signing up. Again, it's a great way to bring together the community. 2v2 is maybe a little bit less serious than 1v1, and you can take part. It's open to all, so do check it out, whether it's watching or even competing yourself. I will leave a link in the bracket. By the way, Gerald and Nicoract are a team in 2v2. There you go, there you go. There you go. So Gerald and Nicoract, they are going to be competing together. Who else has signed up? We have Spirit and Showtime. Yo, the drama? That's surprising. For those that haven't been watching the 2v2 tournaments, usually Spirit and Max Packs, they're undefeated. Spirit and Max Packs, they are, like, in every single 2v2 tournament, they are undefeated. Spirit and Max Packs, they are the best 2v2 duo in the world. Is Max Pax playing in something else? Is he playing in the I know that Wardy's hosting a tournament, right? Wardy, he's hosting, yeah, Max Pax, he's playing in the spring championship, so he can't be there for Spirit. Piotr, he cannot play with Max Pax because Max Pax is playing in Wardy's tournament, so instead Showtime fills in. Okay. And that does hurt Lambo. For those that don't remember, Showtime, his partner was Lambo. So Spirit, he replaces Max Pax with Showtime. Lambo, does he have a replacement? Does he have... Who's Lambo with? Oh no. Lambo, I mean, I can see Lambo playing with Hearthstone if Hearthstone's available. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Hearthstone. So Lambo, he's going to be playing with Hearthstone instead. Okay. So Spirit replaces Max Pax with Showtime, and Lambo replaces Showtime with Hearthstone. Okay. There we go. Likewise, other typical duos are Skillus and a Laser. I don't know if they're signed up. I see Cham is special. Yep. Skillus and a Laser. Trigger and Clem. We have most of our typical team ups and duos. Who's Jumi with? Where's Jumi? Usually Jumi, he's with young Yakov, right? Yeah, there he is. There is Jumi and Yakov. Where's Iba? Oh god, I love seeing like the pairings of the players. But regardless, if you want to tune into it, I believe ByuN will be casting it on his channel if he does get knocked out of the tournament, or Steadfast will be covering it as well, also in English. Clem's still in the Wardy event, so Trigger might have to find someone else. True. Yeah, Trigger, he might have to find someone else. Someone wake up Estrella. Wake him up. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft stream a raid. I would raid ByuN if he was live, but I don't think he is. Don't think he's live yet. So we might find someone else. Who else is live? I see Kanoya. Find someone. Regardless, otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. Again, this is a weekly tournament. Every single week we do host this event. Some of our regulars, maybe we're busy with Wardy's tournament here this week, but I'm sure next week we'll be having everyone stepping in once again. So I hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow in less than 24 hours. I want to say around like 22 hours time. We're going to be live with the Wardy TV Monday. Tomorrow morning, we won't be live with the broadcast because we will be busy working. We're going to be busy working on ByuN's tournament, so we will not be casting because we'll be sleeping. We'll be in bed. Pappy, be in bed. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Do give them some love. Do give them some support. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to ByuN. See you next time.